our pool is a future, the final push to glory, to follow in the steps of those before me. For nation, for club, for coaches who've led, the final step on the block, Olympic dreams ahead.
Our pool is a classroom, life and death lessons, unrivaled. Floating, gliding, but in learning laughter, a touch of water, first steps to survival.
That 3 boys, aged 11, 10 and 8 have died.
Father has told Sky News of the awful moment his wife and son died in Loch Lomond on Saturday.
But what if the pool closed nearest to me? Would she be free to swim in the sea?
Would my club close to the loss of a nation?
A community broken for a whole generation.
A lifetime stolen of body and soul.
Laughter faded like a memory, an echo.
Life skills vanished, education unfinished. Our children, a statistic, our lives diminished.
Our pools are for all abilities, ages, from cradle to grave and in between stages, for the health of the nation and life skills schools. Our message is simple.
Leave our pools.
Good morning everyone and welcome to Aberdeen Sports Village for day 1 of the Scottish National Age Groups Championships. This is session 1. My name is Robert Taylor. With me this morning is Jackie Smith. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, Robert. Nice to see you here in Aberdeen today. Looking forward to
very exciting programme for the next 5 days.
We're due to start in a few minutes with session 1. We have a really busy programme this morning. This is the older age group, the 15 to 80-year-old category, and we've a number of events this morning which will be replicated in the afternoon. There's your programme this morning. We kick off with female 200 backstroke. There are 8 heats in that one, and it's male and open, and we alternate throughout the morning. We conclude with a 1500 freestyle and a couple of relays at the very, very end. All the events, with the exception of the 1500 freestyle, are heats with finals in the evening session. The top 10 in each age group qualify for this evening's finals. The age groups are 15-year-old, 16-year-old and 17-18. And always getting a bit of fun at the very end, Jackie, with the freestyle relay to finish with. Again, we will do medal presentations for that. But it's great to finish a session with relays.
Oh, it certainly is, yes. Looking forward to that this morning. As Robert said, there will be medal presentations after the 1500 metres and all of the relays. So it's great to see so many teams here this weekend.
Yeah.
In fact, for the next 5 days, and lovely to be sitting here looking at all of the banners around about the pool, and we're all looking very excited.
Yeah, there's
about to get started.
Additional incentives for all the clubs taking part. The top 10 we will be announcing each day after the completion of each session. The top 10 clubs, so it's quite prestigious for these 10 teams to be in the top 10. Last year's top 10, the teams that were top 3, I think, were City of Glasgow, were the top club from Warner Bass. They were a long way clear of 2 top clubs from Edinburgh and Glasgow respectively. The other teams in that top 10 were the East Lothian swim team, Aberdeen Dolphins, University of Aberdeen, Perth City, South Lanarkshire, Dumfries, Stirling and Geary. And I'll be interested to see if any of these 10 teams are dislodged from that top 10. If any team were to challenge them, Jackie, I think it could potentially maybe be the team from Rennes, 96.
Yes. Look forward to seeing what happens.
They might sneak
City
it.
of Glasgow won it for the 3rd time last year, didn't they?
Indeed. So this is the first event, Jackie. We get underway with 200 backstroke. This is heat number 1. I'll pass you over to Jackie to do the honours.
Thank you very much, Robert. So in lane 1 we have Alana Brown, Heart of Midlothian. Beg your pardon, start that again. Lane 0, Alana Brown, Heart of Midlothian. Lane 1, Abigail Fagan, Ren 96. Lane 2, Ailey Siegel, Warrender Baths. 3, Isla Petrie, Monifeith. 4, Abby Mitchell, Elgin. 5, Eva Robertson, Highland. 6, Victoria Tunia, Midlothian. 7, Hayden Holmes, Best. 8, Charlotte Higgins, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Obda Miller, Warrender Baths. And away we go with this first heat this morning.
You see all those times that appeared at the front of the screen. That's the reaction time of the blocks.
Coming down to the halfway mark of the backstroke for them this morning.
A nice start, Jackie. You've got 5 or 6 girls, all very prominent halfway.
Yeah, we have, and they're very well spread across the pool as well,
Yeah,
Robert. So
yeah.
it's anyone's guess at the moment just where we're going to get the winners from. But it's turning first is still the Warren de Bath swimmer, Ailey Siegel, leading. Led pretty much from the beginning, swimming there in the red cap in lane 2, ahead of Abby Mitchell from Elgin. And as Ailey continues with her lead in lane 2. So the field's beginning to spread out a little bit, Robert. To watch lane 0 as well. She's coming through really nicely. Alana Brown, the Heart of Midlothian swimmer, but it's Ailey who turns first at the final turn there and heads for home.
She's kept it pretty well together. Still leading, 155, good second ahead.
Yeah, she is in the middle of the pool there, Abby Mitchell. Trying to get herself up alongside Ailey, but I don't think she's going to be able to do that. It looks like your 1-2 will be the Warren de Bath swimmer, Ailey Siegel, followed by Elgin's Abby Mitchell. Possibly a bit of a battle going on for third place, but I think that will go over to Hayden Holmes of Best. Oh, I beg your pardon, Victoria Tooney of Midlothian, sorry.
Anna Brown just sneaked in.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes. So was a bit of a battle there for third place in that first heat of this 200-metre backstroke this morning.
What you'll find if any of you have tuned in have managed to get the details of the draft programme from the Scottish Swimming webpage, a lot of those times quite a bit more than actual entry times, probably because short course conversions to long course, you've got the ability to do 7 turns in a short course pool for 200, whereas you've only got 3 turns in the long course pool. So the chances are you'll swim a little bit slower long course. But the winner there, Abby Mitchell, the winner, Ailey Siegel, nicely inside her entry time. So on to her second heat. In 1, Aris Blair from Finns. In 0, same mistake as Jackie. 1, Emma Binney, Inverclyde. 2, Chloe Kirkmill, Gambiers-Den. 3, Ailey Johnson from West Hill. 4, Grace Haddo, South Ayrshire. 5 is Niamh Cochrane, Warren de Bath Club. 6, Eva Pettigrew, Cumbernauld. 7, Kavya Shetty, Wren 96. 8, Grace Pickens from the Warren de Bath Club. And 9, Gina Wren, City Glasgow. Times in this one range from 2:35.70 to 2:37.50.
And it was the outside lane Gina Wren there that turned first, Robert.
She's a pretty good backstroker. Swims for City Glasgow. Her older sister, excellent on backstroke. And she's going pretty well. Middle lanes, 3, 4 and 5, all prominent. Ailey Johnson, Grace Haddo and Niamh Cochrane in 3, 4 and 5. But it's just beginning to tighten up at halfway.
It is. I think the lead has changed now. Changed hands. It's now Ailey Johansson. They're in lane 3, just ahead of the City of Glasgow swimmer Gina Wren. 1:16.05 against the 1:16.31. But into the second half now, and it is the... I beg your pardon, it is the West Hill swimmer, Ailey Johansson, that has this. We'll need to watch lane 1.
Yeah, local
lane 8,
last
I beg your pardon, Grace
Hill.
Picken, the Warren de Bath swimmer, over in lane 8. She's moved up and past Gina Wren.
Gina Wren's just dropped back quite significantly. So with the final 50 to go, just much the same as the previous heat. It gives these girls that maybe finish first or second a sort of fighting chance perhaps to scrape in as one of the slower qualifiers for the final. But it's a very impressive swim from Ailey. Really dominating this. And Grace Picking over in 8, as you see, Jackie, travelling very nicely in the latter stages and finishing very strongly. Those two girls really have got the race between them. And no doubt The winner in this one, 2:33.11. That's a super time, as was Grace's time, 2:34.80. Other girls quite a bit off their entry times, as I mentioned the previous heat, 2:39.52. Naomi Cochran has played just 0.3 further back and forth. So your caption will appear with that confirmed result. Well done to Millie Johnson from West Hill, one of the local clubs. The first 5 heats are all swam in time order. Then we get the last 3 heats, which will be seeded heats. That's the middle lanes.
So on to heat 3, and in lane 0 we have Lauren Dunlop, Dumfries. For lane 1, Abby Henderson, South Lanarkshire. 2, Maya Looney, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3, Ailey Fee, East Lothian. 4, Charlotte McGavin, South Lanarkshire. 5, Evie Chan, Ren 96. 6, Sadie Faulkner, Morley Feith. 7, Amy Dobson, Kingston. 8, Grace Renfrew, Perth City. And 9, Ava Robertson, Midlothian. And it's the University of Aberdeen Performance swimmer Maya Loon who's leading there, 35.93, ahead of South Lanarkshire's Charlotte McGavin, and in turn ahead of Ava Robertson of Midlothian there in lane 9. So it looks like it's closer to us, Robert, I think, that we're going to see, certainly going up to the halfway mark, the girls in the leading positions, but let's watch what's happening over on the far side of the pool, because she's coming through really nicely there. Lauren Dunlop, I beg your pardon, start that again. Ava Robertson, Midlothian swimmer, over there in lane 9. Just in behind Charlotte McGavin and Maya Loon is Ailey Fee. Ava Robertson just put into 4th place at the turn there, at the halfway mark. So as Robert said, the entry times here can often be short course conversions. But the girls going really nicely at the moment, and
you can see just how, you can see, Jackie, just how well spread out they are. Some of them will be very good at their turns, others maybe not so. But,
yes, you can gain a bit of ground depending upon your turns, can't you, Robert? And particularly when the field is all pretty tight, or there's several swimmers fairly tight, it can all come down to the turns. But it's Charlotte McGavin who's leading at the final turn, ahead of Maya Loon and Abby Henderson. So we've got lanes 4, 2 and 1 respectively there. And it continues to be lane 4 there. Charlotte McGavin entered on a 2:34.70. She has the lead ahead of the University of Aberdeen swimmer Maya Loon. Is trying to get up alongside her, but she's going to run out of water to do that, and this race will belong to the South Lanarkshire swimmer Charlotte McGavin. 2:34 entry, finishes on a 2:33.92, ahead of Maya, and in turn ahead of Abby Henderson.
Very interesting that Charlotte was the only one under her entry time, and when we look at 2:34.7 as an entry time, it's almost certainly a short course conversion, with them all finishing in a point something 0. Swim, Charlotte. So our 4th heat, Kalila Smith from Aberdeen in 0. Eva Lamont, Glenrothes 1. Heather Clubb, Aberdeen Dolphins in 2. Abby McMillan, City Glasgow 3. Isabella Cohen from Heart of Midlothian 4. Thea Glenn, City Glasgow 5. Olivia McManus from the Highland Swim team in 6. Caitlin Reid, Warner Bass Club 7. Jasmine Robertson, Aberdeen in 8. Grace Blair from Forth Valley Tridents goes in 9. And the first for Grace Blair, the first from the new club combination of Bo'ness, Falkirk, Otter and Grangemouth, combined this year as one club, and they're now represented as Forth Valley Trident. So wish them well over the 5 days. But Caitlin Reid off very strongly indeed, Jackie. That's a cracking start, 32.80.
It is indeed, isn't it? And she has quite a lead at the moment. Into the first turn there, and
just hope that she can keep this strong start going, Jackie. You don't want to go out too fast, but she's dominating this one, and looks as though she's, even at this early stage, got plenty in the tank. Did qualify for this last year, and in fact her entry time, 2:33.55, was what she did in the final a year ago. So yeah, she's maybe saving herself for this event. Every chance of getting into a final with that strong start. Heather Clubb going well in second, Jasmine Robertson third. That's about 5 seconds faster than we've seen. Really motoring now.
Yeah, she certainly is, Robert, isn't she? And looking at what's happening in and behind her, she's got that lead. She's had it pretty much from the beginning, and she just needs to keep this going. As you say, she's looking pretty strong there. She's going to go into the final turn with a good lead. Just needs to keep that going.
The other two girls, Jasmine and Heather, still going pretty well. 150.38. That's again about 5 seconds faster. You can see the splits there. 40.97. Coming through to try and get back on terms is Heather Clubb, but I don't think she's going to catch her leader, Caitlin Reid. You can see the camera shot, that distinct red cap with the W on it from the Warner Bass Club. She's going to take this. Heather Clubb will be second. Jasmine
is beginning to close though, Robert. Heather.
She's kind of died at the end, but she'll still be delighted with that. It's a 3-second improvement on that entry time. Heather Clubb also nicely inside her time, 2:31.26. And Jasmine Robertson, Abby McMillan, maybe gives themselves an outside chance of maybe getting into that top 10 in their respective age groups. Well done to Caitlin, 2:30.55.
And we're moving on to heat 5. In lane 0, we have Leonie Bedborough, Heart of Midlothian. Lane 1, Chloe Semple, South Lanarkshire, and her team, Casey Dixon, swims in lane 2. 3, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow. 4, Lucy McLeod, Forth Valley. Lane 4, Lucy McLeod, Forth Valley Tridents. Lane 5, Molly Weir, Heart of Midlothian. 6, Lucy Keller, Spells Hill. 7, Poppy Shaw, Best. 8, Rosie Stutchfield, Warren de Baths. And lane 9, Beth Craig, Aberdeen.
Yeah, Lucy McLeod, you were looking, Jackie, that's why that wee pause. She's not swimming in this one.
No. Empty lane 4, beg your pardon.
Lucy and Poppy going well at 6 and 7, Jackie, for you?
They are, yes. So it's Lucy leading ahead of Poppy, lane 6 and 7 there. Just those two girls just ahead of Molly Weir, 34.28 against 34.5.30. So really not a great deal between the girls at the first turn there.
Your national age group champion from last year, Casey Dixon, in lane 2. Long way off the pace, Jackie, that third swimmer nearest us.
Yeah, she is at the moment. We're coming up into the halfway mark though. We'll see whether she can pick up, but leaders at the moment going into the turn there, lane 5. We see Molly Weir taking the lead from Lucy Kellers, Poppy Shaw up there, Beth Craig in 4th, Rosie in behind them. So the age group champion, Casey Dixon, as Robert's saying, in the pool at the moment, sitting some distance off the pace though. As we continue to see our leader, lane 5, Rosie Forster, the Warren de Bath swimmer.
Well, the Hearts girl's really motoring, Jackie. She had a 37 for that last 50 and took a second and a half out of the rest of the field.
It helps if I look at the right heat, Robert, doesn't it? It's Molly Weir, not Rosie in this one. So Molly's leading now and to the final turn. Has the lead ahead of Lucy Kellis, some 2 seconds at the turn there, and continues to do so in, as you can see, has a substantial lead here. This heat will belong to the Heart of Midlothian swimmer, Molly Weir. That's all about second and third place and coming in behind them. And you see Casey Dixon in lane 2 there, has moved through.
Nicely under 2:30, Jackie. Great swim.
Yeah, great swim there for Molly Weir.
Fabulous.
Chloe Semple in behind her and Lucy Kellis in third place.
The only one under her entry time and significantly under as well. But you can see this morning, as we mentioned, a lot of these swimmers, if they get close or even under their entry time, that will almost guarantee them a good chance in the early heats of maybe get a swim this evening. So we move on to heat number 6. This is the first of the seeded heats. Our fastest swimmers in lanes 4 and 5. So swimmers in the outside lanes. 0, Abigail Crawford, City Glasgow. 1, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. 2, Phoebe Arbuckle, Warner Bass Club. In 3, Coco Croxford, South Lanarkshire. 4 is Amber Rigg, Dumfries. 5, Rosie Foster, Warner Bass Club. In 6, Isla Houghton from the East Lothian swim team. Our teammate Caitlin Peebles goes in 7. In lane 8, Maya Rogers, Warner Bass Club. And 9, Alison Wood from the Highland swim team, who's out extremely fast. Reaction time of 0.6, same as Abigail Crawford. So they were smartly off the blocks. At far side is, I think, our early leader. 2 middle lanes also very prominent though. Amber Rigg, 32.95, 33.34 for Coco Croxford, Alison Wood in third. So we should expect all the action to be in the middle lanes, but it doesn't always turn out like that, Jackie.
Oh, no, it doesn't. And quite often you could be caught out by what's happening in the 2 outside lanes. What's it they say? You've got a lane, so you've got a chance.
Exactly, yeah.
But as you say, at the moment, the action is happening in the centre of the pool, and it's lane 4, Amber Rigg, leading the field. Turning in behind her, Coco Croxford, the South Lanarkshire swimmer, and third place is Rosie Forster. So 107 for Amber there at the halfway mark. Right on her toes, however, is Coco Croxford. See, they go up to the final turn.
Amber Rigg really dominating this one, Jackie.
She is indeed, yes.
It's a new name for us, Jackie, from the West. I've not really come across Amber much in the last few months, but out extremely strongly, 1:43.40.
Yeah, she's got over a 3-second lead from South Lanarkshire's Coco Croxford there. As you say, Robert, yes, a name that's...
swam over at Luxembourg and finished 6th in that, so she's maybe swam down in England and moved up to Dumfries recently. But she's clear.
Well dominated this heat, hasn't she, Robert, with this swim? Then she comes into the closing stages.
2:16.45 is her entry time, and that looked pretty comfortable, didn't it?
It did indeed, yes, and we may well see her in one of the finals this evening. Coco Croxford in behind her, and Phoebe Arbuckle takes third place.
It's a pretty decent side time for Coco. She was in at 2:33.94, and virtually on that. Just inside that. Nice strong finish for the 2 Warner girls in third and fourth. So I'm pretty sure they'll be back for this evening.
And we move on to Heat 7, penultimate heat of this first event this morning. So lane 0 sees Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow. 1, Naomi Wilson, Warrender Baths. 2, Sydney Boyd, Lothian. 3, Abby McAnery, Inverclyde. 4, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow. 5, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 6, University of Aberdeen Performance Squad. 7, her teammate Jessica Kirkwood. In lane 8, Ara Gill, Carnegie, and 9, Maya McLeod, Heart of Midlothian. A pretty good start across the field there. Early advantage, I think, possibly lies in the middle of the pool there in lane 4.
Yeah, that was a cracking start. If you want to rewind that at some point and revisit that start, Heidi got something like 30.5 metres off the wall before she surfaced. Older sister of Gina that swam earlier, Now watch lane 4 here. As we get off the turn, if the camera picks it up, she will be surfacing good bit further down the pool. The other girls got a bit of body length advantage over her, Jackie.
Yes, they have at the moment, but we'll see what Heidi can do. It's lane 6 leading at the moment. Emmy Aitken in the distinctive University of Aberdeen performance cap there, leading ahead of Erin Ferris, and in turn Heidi Wren. Here we go. No, Jessica Kirkwood got the third place at the turn there. As Robert's spoken about before, things can change once they come out of the turn. And we're seeing the 3 leaders now in the centre of the pool.
Wren probably using all her experience in this event, maybe not needing to do too much. She'll know what she needs to qualify. So this is what happens at the seeded heats. Middle lanes, if they're there or thereabouts, they won't maybe do too much as long as they get her lane for this evening. That's all that matters.
Yes, that's the important thing for them, isn't it? To make sure that they're in the right place at stages of the race. And you can see Heidi now just got herself up into second place now, just sitting in behind Erin Ferris, just trying to make sure that she's securing her place for the finals this evening. So it's Erin Ferris leading ahead of Heidi Wren, and in third place, I think at the moment, is lying with Emmy Aitken. She had the lead earlier on, just dropped back a little bit, but as Robert said, they're all just looking, the Heats girls are looking to secure a place for the final this evening. Yeah. Ara Gill got third place there, sneaked in ahead of Emmy.
Keep an eye on Ara Gill and also Naomi Wilson in 8 and 1. They were finishing pretty strongly, and outside lanes, or rather in the middle lanes, doing particularly well to get probably a swim this evening with those times. Well done to them. But Erin Ferris, 25, well, significantly slower. A big difference. Maybe Raina 2:16, but she'll be good enough to get in the final. So our final heat: 0, Helen McDougall, Island Swim Team; 1, Alice Harper, City Glasgow; 2, Zoe Crawford, Forth Valley Tridents; 3, Tegan Black, East Lothian Swim Team; 4, Susie McNear, Stirling Swimming; 5, Zara Kravitz, East Lothian Swim Team; 6 is Lila Rose Carr from Arnold; 7, Ian Afferty, West Dumbartonshire; 8, Gemma Brown, Carnegie; and 9, Imogen Lowe from West Hill. Well, very level start in lanes 4, 5 and 6. Susie McNear in 4 will finish extremely strongly, we know that, and she started pretty strongly already.
She has, hasn't she, Robert? In the usual place for Susie in an event like this. Again, as we spoke about earlier, Susie will be doing what she needs to do to get herself into the finals this evening, and she's got herself out in the lead at the moment, ahead of Zara Krawitz and Lily Rose Carr.
Nice to see swimmer from Nottingham coming up, Lily Rose Carr, swimmer in Arnold, outskirts of Nottingham, and she's in second place. And although she's from an English-based club, she's actually Scottish. If she's chosen to swim, she can represent Scotland. So we will have quite a number of swimmers from out with Scotland, I'm sure, competing up here, who have chosen Scotland as their nationality. So we're glad to see them coming up and competing over the next 5 days. But Susie's totally dominating this one.
Oh, she is, isn't she, Robert? Yes.
An interesting contest in the final, Amber Rigg and Susie McNear. Although Heidi Wren on paper should be with them, didn't have a fantastic swimming of heat earlier, but she might be saving herself for this evening. But Susie's
dominated this pretty much from the beginning, Robert, hasn't she? This one.
Yeah.
So we'll we will see, I think, a very exciting final this evening. With Susie, hopefully Heidi.
Perfect position
and the
there.
Dumfries swimmer.
So you can see how still that head is in the water, and not really doing very much, and it's still a 220. Lily Rose, 224.46. Another steady swim from her. And Sarah Kravis, 228.10. Sarah doing more than enough to get into the final in her age group. She's in the 16 age group category. Two girls, Susie in the 17-18, as Lily Rose is also in the 16-year-old category. Zoe Crawford finishing in 4th. Zoe, a medalist at Savane 2 years back. So that concludes the first of heats to Alien Open. It's 9 heats of 100 ahead of us.
And this is heat. So in lane 0, Sebastian Kuklinik from Forth Valley Trident. Lane 1, Stuart Thompson, Perth City. 2, Jamie Farnan, Isle of Man. 3, Ethan Nolan, Warren de Baths. 4, Luke Jackson, Perth City. 5, Zachary Fraser, City of Peterborough. 6, Austin McCall, Aberdeen. 7, Blair McCarroll, South Ayrshire. 8, Daniela Jasinski, Swarth Valley Tridents. And 9, Tim Veyron Lacroix, University of Aberdeen Performance. It's a great start from the Forth Valley Trident swimmer, Sebastian Kuklinik, in lane 0. And as we've spoken about before, it's not always the centre of the pool. You see the leaders. Here we go, Sebastian turning a 31.54. So ahead of Jamie Farnham and Luke Jackson. So, however, we need to work hard to keep that lead, does Sebastian, because they're coming back at him. They're in lane 1, Stuart Thompson. In lane 3, Ethan Nolan. Very tight there. But Sebastian takes that in a 106.54. Stuart Thompson in behind him in a 106.75. And third place goes to Jamie Farnan from the Isle of Man. As Robert said, quite a few visitors from clubs south of the border and beyond over the next 5 days. And nice to see that they've made the journey up here to join us for this competition. So we move on to Heat 2.
Nice to see the first 5 homes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all on the near side. Jimmy Farnham from Isle of Man. Scott coming up, mentioned earlier. See a lot of them here. Our second heat, Max Kelly, Geary in 0-1. Lucas Stratray, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Max Corcoran, South Ayrshire. 3, Jonathan McLean, East Lothian Swim Team. 4, Jasper Groom, Cumbernauld. Sorry, South Ayrshire. Adam Merrick from Cumbernauld. 6, Cole Murphy, City Glasgow. 7, Dean Binney, Inverclyde. 8 is Nathan Smith from Orkney. And 9, Logan Wright, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 6 probably. And also very prominent in lane 3, Jonathan McLean. Maybe just ahead of Cole Murphy. Well, a little in it. Cole Murphy just by 1300ths. American third. And still very little change. Lane 3 and 6. Jonathan McLean just shades it, but finishing strongly. Adam Merrick is flying. Coming through extremely strongly, Cumbernauld swimmer. And it looks like Adams just timed this one perfectly indeed. He looks good to take this. Adam takes that. Cole Murphy and Jonathan McLean almost together. Adam Merrick 106.31 takes that from Jonathan McLean, 106.61 and 106.79 Cole Murphy. That's how to finish a race. Well done, Adam.
There was indeed a good finish and timed perfectly, as you said, Robert, there, as we move on to Heat 3. So lane 0, we see Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire. 2, Dexter Suter, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Kyle Harper. South Ayrshire 4, Elliot Stephen Foldhouse 5, Logan Moffat Sterling Swimming 6, Sky Albuncha University of Aberdeen Performance 6, Stephens Nastiuk Stranraer Stingrays 7, Aaron Russell Bells Hill Sharks 8, Lance McMahon Western Bartonshire and 9, Lewis Maxwell Pauls Warrender Baths. Good start there across the pool. And it's the centre of the pool in lane 5. And Sky Albuncha, the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer, who has the advantage over the field. But watch Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire swimmer, over on the fast closest to us, and Lewis Maxwell Pauls, the Warrender Bath swimmer. That's Kyle Harper, who had that in lane 2, 31.01 ahead of Sky in the centre of the pool. So it's still lane 2, Kyle Harper, who has this, a 16-year-old from South Ayrshire, and he is leading the field in. It's all about second and third place here, and Kyle's going to finish now, taking that in a time of 104.12, entered on a 106, so we're pleased with that improvement. Ahead of Hamish Maxwell, also South Ayrshire. There we go, there's the results are confirmed. Kyle Harper, Hamish Maxwell and Lewis Maxwell Pauls from Warrender Baths, so 2 teammates taking 1 and 2 there. Good swim there. And we move on to Heat 4, Robert.
Aidan Anderson in 0 from University of Aberdeen Performance. 1, Zachary Weatherhead from Bankery. 2, Alexander McNiven, Warner Bass Club. 3, Sterica, South Ayrshire. 4, Austin McPherson. 5, Lucky Bullock from Shetland. 6, Edward Mills, Highland Swim Team. 7, Alex Holmes, Glen Rothas. 8, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. And 9, Richie Saunders, Warner Bass Club. Times in this one, 104.30 to 105.6. Very level start, maybe just lane 7 and 9. Alex Holmes, Glen Rothas swimmer, just with a slight advantage, I think, coming down towards the halfway mark. Coming through strongly in for Austin McPherson. And those two pretty well together, 30.53, 31.09. Yellow cap of Geary, very prominent, but it's the far side still with the advantage. Glen Rothas swimmer at the moment still has that slight advantage, but Austin McPherson coming through extremely strongly in the death to take this one, I think. Austin McPherson's timed this one perfectly to take this from Alex Holmes. Very close for third place. Might be lane 2. It is indeed Alexander McNiven that takes third. Well swam from Austin. Come through, take that at the death. 103.72. Alex, 104.92. And Alexander McNiven from Warner, 105.23.
That was indeed nicely timed there, Robert, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely swim.
It was indeed. Move on to Heat 5. Lane 0, Jake Breakin, Aberdeen Dolphins. 1, Adam Selby, Finns. 2, Connor Aspinall, East Lothian. 3, Brown, Elgin. 4, David Landman, City of Glasgow. 5, Adam Hill, Sterling Swimming. 6, Alex Clark, Dulwich. 7, Luke McCall, Warrender Baths. 8, Oscar Churnside, Geary. And 8, Finley Brown, East Lothian. So there's a little surface there.
That was pretty tight from David, right almost at the measure at the...
It was indeed, wasn't it? Yes, but he did it, I think. So it's lane 0 at the moment, who leading, Jake Breakin, the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer. I think he will have the advantage, possibly. No, coming up and just gaining that there in lane 2. We have Connor Aspinall, the East Lothian swimmer, ahead of Adam Hill and... in turn ahead of Jake Breakin. So it was a good start by Jake, and he was leading for most of that last length there, but just fallen a little bit off the pace now as we're seeing Connor Aspinall there in lane 2, still leading this field pretty tight for second and third place over in the farther side of the pool, lanes 5, 6, 7, 8. I think big battle there for second and third as Connor finishes there in a time of 102.85. entered on a 103.50, and second place goes to Adam Hill from Stirling Swimming, as the results are confirmed there for you on the screen. Luke McCall, Warren de Bath takes third. We'll move on to heat 6.
Really good swim there from Connor.
It was indeed, yes. Possibly see him in the finals
so
this evening for Robert. Yes.
Yeah. Heat 6, Cameron O'Donnell, South Lanarkshire 0-1. Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming 2. Kyle Mossman, City Glasgow 3. Alfie Price, Orkney 4. Joseph Kane, Carnegie 5. Torrin Liversidge, Bankery 6. Angus Woods, Kintyre 7. Blake Herdman, Inverclyde 8. Luke Scott, Dumfries 9. Ruben Pearson, Bells Hill. We'll be interested. We saw Angus Woods at Districts last week. The Kintyre swimmer in that white cap in 6. We'll just see how he performs. Very well last week, Jackie.
He did indeed, didn't he? Yes, and seemed to time his finishes very well to walk away home back to Campbelltown with a number of gold medals at our last West District meet just about a fortnight ago, I think it was, Robert, wasn't it?
29.76. Alfie Price, the Arcadian, going nicely in lane 3, though. Blake Herman, Angus Woods having a wee contest in 6 and 7. I think Angus at the moment's winning that one, but he's got a lot to do to come back, and he will finish strongly. But Alfie Price still hanging on here. It's very, very tight. It's the Kintyre boy who's going to do this, Jackie.
It looks like it is.
At Dolan last week, and he's continued that, and a great swim from both lads. 102.38, 102.60 for Alfie. Blake Herdman, swim from him as well, 102.81. All very much on their empty times, and that's what they've got to do to give them half a chance of getting back here this evening.
So heat 7, lane 0, Finley Geddes, Lerwick 1, Finley Sang, City of Glasgow 2, James Bodie, Geary 3, Jensen Norris, Perth City 4, Harry Sharp, Warren de Baths 5, Edward Bell, Seagulls Swim Club 6, James Kilpatrick, Carnegie with his teammate Tyler Spalding swimming in lane 7, 8, Manu Drysdale, Warren de Baths, and 9, Nebby Sengula from Highland. So we had three boys in this heat with entry time sub 1 minute. So certainly on paper it looks like that's where our leaders will come from. And at the moment it is lane 4. Harry Sharp, the Warren de Bath swimmer, leading ahead with the boys either side of him, Jensen Norris and Edward Bell. But Harry Sharp sits that now ahead of Edward Bell, and in turn Finley Sang, the City of Glasgow swimmer, in lane 2. He's in third place there. And it's lane 4 now. It's got this. Harry Sharp, the Warren de Bath swimmer, he's a body length ahead of the rest of the field. Second place advantage lies with just the other side of him, Edward Bell, the Seagull swimmer. And it is indeed that finishing order for your 1 and 2. Harry Sharp in a 58.17. As the results are confirmed there, Edward Bell from the Seagulls in a 1:00.34, and it's the Carnegie swimmer James Kilpatrick who takes third place there. Strong chance we'll see some of these boys back this evening.
James Kilpatrick finishing third. He's probably the fastest 16-year-old so far. He'll be back, I'm sure. Heat 8, Ishmael Charleby 0 from Warren de Bath Club. 1, Harry Cook, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Corey Phillip, Perth City. 3, Magnus Morris, Stirling Swimming. 4, Jack Doherty Simpson, City Glasgow. 5, Logan Jackson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 6, Connor Swinney, Derwent Side and Gateshead. 7 is Max Turnbull, Midlothian. 8, Nathan Wilson from Carnegie. And 9, Archie Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins. Lanes 4 and 5, or 5 and 4 rather. Logan Jackson, Jack Doherty Simpson, very prominent. Nathan Wilson over in the 8s, going pretty well. But it is the 2 middle lanes. Logan Jackson, just from Jack Doherty Simpson and Nathan Wilson. 28.82. And those two, at the moment, have the race between them. Jack Doherty Simpson coming through to take it up quite considerably, going almost a body length clear of Logan Jackson. Magnus Morris, Stirling Swimming, coming through strongly into third. And also Corey Phillip. And no doubt this is a commanding victory. Jack Doherty-Simpson takes this comfortably indeed. 58.77 from Logan Jackson, Magnus Morris, 100.66 and 101.10 with Corey Phillip in fourth place. Ethan Molson in fifth. Probably might have done enough to get him into this evening's final. We'll wait and see if that's good enough.
Yeah, so we move on to the final heat of this event, and in lane 0 goes the Highlands swimmer Tom Armitage. Jed Armitage swimming in lane 1, his teammate. 2, Adam Prusik, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Ethan Collins, Stirling Swimming. 4, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow. 5, Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 6, Finlay Bruce, Perth City. 7, Aaron Drake, Warren de Baths. 8, Cameron Haddow, University of Aberdeen Performance Squad. And 9, Callum McKenzie, Perth City. So we have age groups winner here, Nikolai Cisnet, took gold in this event last year. Him and Ethan Collins there in the, Logan van der Meulen there in the middle. Ethan Collins up alongside him as well, going into the turn. All very tight. It's Logan van der Meulen just leading ahead of Nikolai Cisnet, and in turn Ethan Collins. I get there's really not much to split them, however, hundredths of a second. But it is the Stirling Swimming Logan van der Meulen who had that at the turn, but he comes City of Glasgow's Nikolai Cisnet. Timed this really well. He's got about a half a body length lead now. Logan's trying to come back at him, and it's kind of pretty tight here, but this one will belong to the City of Glasgow swimmer Nikolai Cisnet, taking that in a 59.46 ahead of Logan van der Meulen, 59.67, and third place Finlay Bruce with Ethan Collins in fourth. Certainly see these boys back in the finals this evening, I think, Robert.
Could be an interesting final. Finlay Bruce, Ethan Collins, both 16. So we'll see how they go with our finalists are provisional for the girls 200 back. We've got Anna Gill, Heather Clubb, Alice Harper, Charlotte McGavin, Grace Picken, Amy Rowell, Rosie Stutchcliffe, Kelly Siegel, Maya Loon, Grace Haddo, Abby Henderson and Iris Bear are our two reserves. For our 16-year-olds, hopefully give you that what we want. They are Lily Rose Carr, Abigail Crawford, Zara Kravitz, Amy Aiken, Abby McKerney, Lisa McNair, Ella Wheaton, Caitlin Reid, Chloe Semple, Emily McDougall. Reserves Jessica Kirkwood and Ellie Johansson. And the 17-18-year-old age group, Amber Riggs, Susie McNair, Coco Croxford, Rosie Foster, Erin Ferris, Phoebe Arbuckle, Heidi Wren, Alison Wood, Naomi Wilson, Maya Rogers, Holly Weir and Zoe Crawford are reserves. So it's 100 freestyle now, Jackie.
It is. This is event 103. We've got... how many heats have we got of this, Robert? We've got 7 heats of this, don't we, this morning?
Yeah, in 0. Kayla Smith 1. That's Dumfries and City Glasgow, respectively. Morven Kenny, East Lothian Swim Team in 2. And Enrique Alla from Aberdeen Dolphins 3. Emily Dawson, Mulgan Bearstein 4. Anna Scattery, University of Aberdeen Performance in 5. Casey Dixon, South Lanarkshire 6. Her teammate Lucy Taylor 7. Alice Renfrew in 8 from Perth City and 9. Becca Reid, Warner Bass Club. Scattery 30-41. It's all pretty close behind her.
There really isn't much, is there, Robert?
Yeah, lane 2, Morven Kenny trying to get in terms. The Lothian swimmer, that black cap coming through very strongly indeed. Also in 8, Alice Renfrew from Perth City. It's a very tight finish indeed. It's going to just be lane 4. Not lane 8, in fact. Renfrew with a late surge. Well, her big sister will be in the pool later. Alice Renfrew takes that 1:04. That's how to finish, Alice. Anna Scattery 1:04.49 and Morven Kenny in lane 2, East Lothian, 104.63. Well, did get the first three, but he changed inside that last few metres.
Yeah, good start to this event there, Robert. Very exciting in that first heats as we move on to heat 2. Lane 0, Eva Robertson Highland. 1, Sienna Melville Sterling Swimming. 2, Josie Grimes, Warren de Baths. 3, Maisie Adair, Glen Rothers. 4, Sophie McCallum, Midlothian. 5, Emily Neal, Heart of Midlothian. And then 2 Milngine Bears Dare swimmers. Swimming in lane 6, Tia Reedy, and lane 7, Iona Hickston. Lane 8 sees Lauren Cantley from University of Aberdeen Performance, and lane 9, Evie Chan, Ren 96. And it's Josie Grimes, Warren de Bath swimmer, leading the field into the turn. Tia Reedy got that in lane 6 ahead of Josie Grimes, and in turn ahead of Milngine Bears Den Iona Hickson. 30.01 at the turn there for the girls. So Tia Reedy, Milngine Bears Den over there in lane 6, continues to lead the field, but coming up strongly alongside her is University of Aberdeen Performance Lauren Cantley. And it is the Milngine Bears Den swimmer who takes this. It isn't, in fact, I called that wrongly. Josie Grimes, the Warren de Bath swimmer, gets that. My apologies. My off of lane 2 there. Josie Grimes, 103.47 ahead of Tia Reedy and Emily Neal, with Iona Hickson coming in 4th, Sophie McCallum 5th.
Obviously doesn't have long enough fingernails, Jackie.
It was very tight there at the finish, wasn't it? It can often come down to that at the end there, Robert.
So on to heat 3. Lena Sanderson in 0, 1 Grace Renfrew, both Perth City. 2 Connie Hart, South Ayrshire. 3 Riley McIntosh, Dundee City Aquatics. 4 Daisy Goldie, City Glasgow. 5 Ella Thompson, Perth City. 6 Emily McDougall, Highland Swim Team. 7 Amber Niven, Carnegie. 8 Eva Robertson, Midlothian. And 9 Heather Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. Well, will we see another Renfrew victory in this one? Lane 2, the 2 Perth City girls in 0 and 1, but at the moment going very nicely in lane 3 and 4. Riley McIntosh, Dundee City Aquatics, Daisy O'Day, City Glasgow in 4. 100th in it, 30.35. It's all action in 3, 4, 5 and 6. Riley McIntosh, Daisy O'Day, Ellie Thompson, Emily McDougall in 6. It's the red cap coming through strongly in lane 5. Ella Thompson, but still there. Riley McIntosh, they're very little between it, but flying at the end. In lane 2, it's Connie Hart. Connie Hart's going to take this from lane 3 and lane 6. It wasn't. It was Connie Hart that took it 103.02. Ella Thompson in lane 5 was second, 103.50. Riley McIntosh, 103.62. Well done, Connie Hart. Flying at the earth, the South Ayrshire swimmer takes that. 103.02. Just inside her entry time.
And we move on to heat 4. Lane 0, Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow. 1, Lucy Kellis, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Sophia Fallon, Monifieth. 3, Victoria Tunia, Midlothian. 4, Amelia Burrell, Glenrothes. 5, Brooke Stevenson, South Ayrshire. 6, Ellen White, Stirling Swimming. 7, Beth Craig, Aberdeen. 8, Imogen Jarrett, Dundee City Aquatics. And 9, Madison Stewart, University of Aberdeen Performance. So on paper, there really isn't much to split this field, all 102s. Ranging just on 103, just over there in lane 9 for Madison as an entry time. But it's the centre of the pool, I think, there. And it is indeed. It's lane 5, Brooke Stevenson, the South Ayrshire swimmer, leading in the field in 29.91, 3/100ths of a second ahead of Sophia Fallon and Ellen White in 3rd at the halfway mark. But we would expect to see the field fairly tight on the basis of entry times. But it is still the South Ayrshire swimmer, Brooke Stevenson, leading this field. They're going to run out of water to challenge her for that first place, with the battle for second place, which I think will go to Ellen White from Stirling Swimming over there in the far side. Possibly lane 2 gets that. It was indeed Sophia Fallon. Sophia Falloni in lane 2. Oh. Yes, takes second place, beg your pardon there. So Brooke Stevenson, South Ayrshire, 101.44. Sophia Faluni in second. We'll move on to Heat 5.
Zero. Yeah. Fast and furious, Jackie. Hardly got any time to stop. 0, Freya Keeling, Carnegie. 0. In lane 1. Let's come back to that. Don't have a last heat. Come back to that. Let Jackie take care of that very shortly. Freya Keeling from Carnegie goes in 0. Ella Cunningham, City Glasgow in 1. Gina Wren from City Glasgow in 2. In lane 3, we have Ailey Jonsson, who's got a reserve swim from West Hill. Isabel Cohen from Heart of Midlothian 4. Anna Dunlop, Dumfries 5. Molly Weir, Heart of Midlothian 6. Caris Mooney, City Glasgow 7. Isla Wheaton, East Lothian swim team 8. And Sydney Boyd, Midlothian goes in lane 9. Molly Weir had a good swim earlier. And she's out pretty smartly in this one, Jackie in 6. But the early leader, I think, is going to be Gina Wren. She was out fast in her heat. Can she keep this one together in the freestyle? Both Gina and Molly, 1 and 2. And on the near side, Freya Keeling. And, it's beginning to tighten up a wee bit here. The swimmers on the near side, Freya Keeling coming through along with Ella Cunningham to challenge Gina Wren. But Molly Weir still looks pretty good. The Heart swimmer, I think, nailed this one. She's got this one from Ella Cunningham, I think, and possibly Gina Wren. Anna Dunlop just sneaked in for third place. Molly Weir swimming nicely this morning. That's 2 heat victories for her. 101.64. Ella Cunningham, City Glasgow, 102.44. And then free swimmer, Anna Dunlop, 102.64 in third place.
And this is Heat 6, lane 0. Caitlin Morton, City of Glasgow. Their teammate Anna McCarty in lane 1. And their teammate Alice Harper in lane 2. 3, let Gracie Haddo, South Ayrshire. 4, Anna Lawson, East Lothian. 5, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow. 6, Lucy Hall, East Lothian. 7, Caitlin Reid, Warrender Baths. And 8, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 9, Madison Cool, University of Aberdeen Performance. So again, really not much on paper to split this field. It's all pretty tight now as they go up into the first turn. I think the advantage possibly lies with lane 4 at the moment.
That's right, that doesn't it, Jackie?
It does, yeah. I think it's lane 4's Anna Lawson, the East Lothian swimmer. It is indeed leading ahead of Gracie Haddo and in turn Lucy Hall. Anna McCarty in 4th place. Alice Harper been behind them. Let's see what happens in the second half of this race as they're all beginning to come back now. Let's have a watch lane 6. Lane 6, Lucy Hall, East Lothian, has this at the moment. Coming back at her in the centre there, we have Anna Lawson, also East Lothian. These 2 East Lothian girls battling it out for first, but watch South Ayrshire's Gracie Haddo. As Gracie Haddo, I think, takes this. She does indeed. Nicely timed by Gracie there in a 101.82 ahead of Anna Lawson. The screen clears just to confirm the results, hopefully. There we go, ahead of Anna Lawson and Lucy Hall, both East Lothian swimmers. Nicely timed, as I said, by the South Ayrshire swimmer to take that in a 101.82.
Good race.
It was indeed.
Excellent swimming, girls. Heat 7, this is the first of the seeded heats. All the action should be in the middle, but it never turns out always like that. 0, Ava Ross, City Glasgow. 1, Periscope, Stirling Swimming. 2, Abby McKerney, Clyde. 3, Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. 4, Zara Kravis, East Lothian Swim Team. 5, Ashley Drake, Wonder Bass Club. 6, Orla McInnes, Heart of Midlothian. And in lane number 7, Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow. 8, Ella Pullman, Glenrothes. And 9, Caitlin Frame, Forth Valley Tridents. Now, Lily Mundell going well, the Hearts girl in lane 3. Also prominent in 4 and 5, Zara Kravitz, Ashley Drake. At the moment, Lily Mundell, National Age Group champion in this event, East District champion. We'll see her, no doubt, in the breaststroke events, trying to do the business as well, but she's doing the business so far with Ashley Drake, the two girls from Edinburgh, Hearts and Warnder, 1 and 2. Going to be 1 and 2, I think, in this one. Ashley Drake's coming through strongly. She might just take this one. And doesn't quite get there. 59.31, 59.56. Third place, Orla McInnes from Hearts on Edinburgh. 1, 2, 3 there, Jackie.
It was indeed. And we move on.
First two girls under the minute. Both were inside a minute on entry times, as was Orla, and they're probably good enough for swims later on.
So we move on to the penultimate heat of this event, and in lane 0, this is heat 8, I beg your pardon. This is lane 0, Isla Gilmurray's Dundee City Aquatics with her teammate Leonie Bryden swimming in lane 1. 2, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. 3, Susie McNair, Stirling swimming. 4, Evie Mackey, South Lanarkshire. 5, Kiana Coetzee, Warrender Baths. 6, Eve Wood, Orkney. 7, Molly Irvin-Watson, Dumfries. 8, Maya Looney from University of Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Elsa Clubb, Aberdeen Dolphins. So these swimmers already in action this morning, but it's the centre of the pool there
Evie's
that's leading this. Evie Mackey, as we would expect, often watched her at West Districts, dominating the field, and she's leading ahead of Warrender Baths, Kiana Coetzee, and in turn Eve Wood, the Orkney swimmer. So 28.25, which is a good bit faster than the previous heat, which was a 29.05 at the turn, but it is South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey who will take this. And the battle for second place at the moment, the advantage looks like it's lying with the Orkney swimmer, but Kiana is coming back, so that will be your 1, 2 and 3. Evie Mackey, Kiana Coetzee, beg your pardon, Eve Wood took that second place, and Kiana Coetzee into third. 58.30. I was going to clear and just confirm the times, but I think our top 3 certainly were all sub 1 minute. 58.30, 59.70. 17 and 59.27. Beg your pardon, Robert.
Susie McNair came on that caption in lane 3. Swimmer in lane 3 had a City Glasgow cap, so that wouldn't have been Susie McNair.
Must have been Emily Dickens.
Emily Dickens. So Emily Dickens, you got to swim, and enjoyed that. That's final heat. Jessica Kirkwood 0, University of Aberdeen Performance. 1, Caitlin Urquhart, Island Swim Team. 2, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. 3, Phoebe Arbuckle, Warner Bass Club. 4, Catherine Renfrew from Perth City. 5, Layla Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian teammate Mia McLeod in 6. Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen in 7. 8 is Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire in 9. Amber Hinton from Dumfries. Well, no real surprise to see Catherine Renfrew totally dominating this one. She's got an entry time of 56.90, and National Age Group champion last year in this event in the 17-18 as a 17-year-old, and a year older at 18. This is her final year at National Age Group. Well cleared, Jackie. This is class. Layla Weatherspoon, the Heart swimmer, probably just hanging on for second, and Phoebe Arbuckle in third. But Catherine Renfrew looked very comfortable. 57.60. What a swim.
It was indeed.
59.32 and 59.35. Pretty close between Phoebe and Layla. And nice swim from Ailey Robertson, getting under a minute as well from South Ayrshire. She'll be back later as well. I'm sure Amber Hinton in 5th.
Yeah, good number of the girls there finishing under their entry times. So just confirm the provisional finalists for the Malin Open 100 metre backstroke: Nikolai Sisnett, Harry Cook, Angus Woods, Nebby Sengula, Blake Herdman, Austin McPherson, Alex Holmes, Zachary Weatherhead, Adam Selby and Aidan Anderson, with the reserves of Richie Saunders and Lockie Bullock. The 16-year-olds, scroll down there: Finlay Bruce, James Kilpatrick, Ethan Collins, Aaron Drake, Tyler Spalding, Cameron Haddow, Alfie Price, Connor Aspinall, Fraser van der Meulen, Colin Swinney. With the reserves, Kyle Mossman and Kyle Harper.
That'll be a good one tonight, Jackie.
It will indeed. It will. Looking forward to that one. And 17 and 18-year-olds: Harry Sharp, Jack Doherty Simpson, Logan van der Meulen, Edward Bell, Logan Jackson, Jensen Norris, Magnus Morris, Corey Phillip, Manu Drysdale, Jed Armitage, reserves, Finley Sang and Adam Pruzek. As we move on to event 104 now, Robert, I think. So this is the 200-metre breaststroke for our male and open.
You've got time to get yourself a cup of coffee, Jackie.
I don't think we do really, do we? But so this is heat 1 in lane 0. Ruben Lees, Warren de Bath. 1, Finley Morris, Inverclyde. 2, Martin Rommix, Ren 96. 3, Brian Fitzpatrick, Western Bartonshire. 4, Cameron Mason, South Ayrshire. 5, Joss Ruddy, Stirling Swimming. 6, Cameron Mayedema, Warren de Baths. 7, Zachary Weatherhead, Bankery. 8, Bogdan Gabriel Gibretta, Deveron, and 9, Zachary Fraser, City of Peterborough. It's a 200-metre breaststroke.
A little bit more sedate now, Jackie.
We will indeed. We'll have time to breathe, I think, Robert. So just have a look at what's happening in the pool. So it's Finley Morris there at the first turn, leading ahead of Cameron Mayadima and Bogdan Gabriel Gabiati. As we said, number of visitors from south of the border and beyond over the next 5 days. Deveron, where is Deveron, Count Robert? Where's Deveron? Is that south of the border, or am I completely the wrong direction?
Deveron, I'm sure, is Aberdeenshire.
Oh dear, right. My apologies then to.
I'm pretty certain it's Aberdeenshire.
It's Aberdeenshire. My apologies.
It's okay. It's just the foreign name, Jackie, that sometimes confuses us all. Doesn't take much. I just
need to know geography a little bit better as well. So let's have a look in the pool, and it's the centre of the pool. I think we'll see. Not, in fact, it's Cameron Mason leading ahead of Finley Morris there, lane 4, lane 1, and time ahead of Cameron Mayadima. So we have all changed at the halfway mark here for the boys. And it continues to be Finley Morris, the 15-year-old from Inverclyde, entered on a 2:50. And the white cap there of Inverclyde leading ahead of South Ayrshire's Cameron Mason. Cameron... Yes, he was a member of the Junior Academy this year. He's travelling up from south of the border, now swimming for South Ayrshire swim team. He swims for South Ayrshire as well. But it is Cameron Mason leading this in a 2:04.89 ahead of Martin Rommix and Cameron Mayadima. But again, we have a change in second and third place there at the final turn as the South Ayrshire swimmer continues to dominate. He's got a good advantage over second place Inverclyde's Finley Morris now, I think, but coming up alongside Finley, we can see Martin Rommix and the cap there of Ren 96. Still belongs to the South Ayrshire swimmer, swimming nicely over there in lane 7. Zachary Weatherhead from Bankery may well have the advantage. Oh, it's pretty tight going in here to the finish now. It's all to the touch. Goes to Cameron. Done enough to get that. In a 2:49.25 ahead of Martin Rommix, 2:49.29, and third place goes to Zachary Weatherhead in a 2:49.65. So all very tight there in at the finish for the boys in that first heat.
Finalists for the girls 100 free in the 15-year-old age group: Lily Mundell, Amber Hinton, Brooke Stevenson, Maya Lewin, Grace Haddle, Alice Harper, Anna McCarthy, Freya Keeling, Connie Hart, Amelia Burrell. Our reserves: Ella Thompson, Renfrew, and 16-year-olds: Evie Mackey, Lexi Lammett, Abby McKerney, Reverend Watson, Sarah Kravitz, Anna Lawson, Lucy Hall, Caitlin Reid, Ella Cunningham, Eva Ross, Anna Dunlop, and Gina Wren. Reserves, and 17-18-year-olds: Catherine Renfrew, Eve Wood, Kiana Kurtza, Phoebe Arbuckle, Layla Weatherspoon, Ashley Drake, Ailey Robertson, Charlotte Thompson, Orla McInnes, and Sophie Steele, Caitlin Urquhart, and Molly Weir, our reserves. So we move on to heat number 2. Alex Catley, University of Aberdeen performance in 0. Boyd Fernside, East Lothian swim team in 1. Matthew Jack, Renfrew Baths in 2. Luke Thompson, Bathgate in 3. Luke Watling Smith, Western Bartonshire 4. Brandon Wong, Renfrew Baths in 5. Lewis Bray, Inverclyde 6. Teammate Clark Maitland Gill in 7. In 8, Matthew Gavin from University of Aberdeen performance. And 9, Charlie Cairns, Heart of Midlothian, 2:46.20 to 2:47.07. So less than a second on paper, Jackie.
Yeah, there was Matthew Jack.
They'll be well strung out.
Yeah, it was Matthew Jack that had that at the first turn there in a 35.12, Robert. So he's swimming there in lane 2. Looks like he's still got that advantage over the field as we go down to the halfway mark. Coming through nicely, however, let's watch lane 0. Alex Cantley, the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer there in the white cap, coming right up alongside Matthew Jacks, but it was Clark Malkin Gill that gets second there. Very tight with the boys, 1:16.10 for the leader, Matthew Jack. 1:17.68 against the 1:17.75, so really nothing to split the two boys in second and third place there, Robert.
That's third length key to see if they can keep their strong start going. Going to make a move. This is when you've got to do it, and Luke Thompson in 3 is doing that, coming through very strongly. The Bathgate swimmer. 4th at East Districts and 7th at the summer meet in this. At Alex Cantley in 0 and Matthew Jack in 1 and 2 rather. Still have it. That Maitland Gill best of the rest on the far side, but all the action on this near side, Jackie.
It is indeed.
It's still very little between Matthew, Alex, with Luke still trying to get on terms, but those two lads are still hanging on there. It still looks good between Matthew and Alex.
Good swim here by Matthews, taking the lead right at the beginning and has kept this going. As you said, you know, the second half of 200-metre breaststroke can be very telling, but he has kept this going. And he is going to take this, being challenged for it, however, but he has taken that. There you go.
Clark's going to get third, I think. Sorry, Lewis Bray, it was the Inverclyde swimmer, but it's his teammate that got up late in lane 6. Take that. Finished a 38.54. He was flying, but left it too late at Lewis Bray. 2:41.01. Well done, Matthew.
So we move on to, as the results are confirmed there for you on the screen. As we said, Matthew Jack, Alex Cantley, Lewis Bray. We move on to Heat 3. And in lane 0, we have Craig Hartley from City of Glasgow. 1, Magnus Kirkpatrick, Orkney. 2, Matthew Eisgang from Mingus Hill. 3, Logan Moffat, Stirling Swimming. 4, Richie Saunders, Warrender Baths. 5, Joe Crawford, Scotia. 6, Caelan Cardy, Stirling Swimming. 7, Jack Higney, Cumbernauld. 8, Sam Curry, South Ayrshire. And Angus Woods from Kintyre swims in lane 9. So good start from all of the boys here. We're looking at entry times ranging from 2:39.50 through to 2:44.10, I think is the range here for this. But as we've said before, some of this will be short course conversions. So
indeed,
let's watch. And there really isn't much to split the boys, I think, certainly in this side of the pool as we go into the first turn. Advantage, however, I think will lie with lane 1. Lane 1's Magnus Kirkpatrick from Orkney. Leads there 35.93 ahead of Stirling Swimming's Caelan Cardy and in turn Warren de Bass, Richie Saunders. So we're into the second length of this breaststroke and it's still the lead in lane 4. Well, in fact, not still, beg your pardon. Lane 4, Richie Saunders has a good turn there and has now taken the lead. Swimming there in the distinctive red cap of Warren de Baths in lane 4. Entered on a 2:44.54, so on paper he's certainly the fastest entrant, and so where you'd expect him to be at the halfway mark. So onto the third length here. Can things change? Lane Magnus Kirkpatrick, the Orkney swimmer, trying to get himself back up alongside the Warren de Bath swimmer. Swimming really well, however, and then in there we also see Logan Moffat, Stirling Swimming there in lane 3. That's your top at the moment. Warren de Baths, Richie Saunders leading the field. He'll take them into the final turn ahead of Orkney's Magnus Kirkpatrick and Stirling Swimming's Logan Moffat in third. 1:58.62 there. Second and a half, I think, just about. In fact, only 2 seconds of an advantage over Magnus Kirkpatrick for our leader, Richie Saunders. And Richie is looking very comfortable out there in the lead. Your finish order, I don't think there's really going to be any challenge to this. It will be Richie Saunders first, Magnus Kirkpatrick second and Logan Moffat third.
Yeah,
But one never knows, Robert. One never knows until
Angus
it's all
Woods
over.
Is, certainly trying to get in terms, but he's, as you say, that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Angus Woods probably will hang on for fourth over on the far side.
I think so, yes, he is. Yeah, Logan's going to hold this for third place ahead of the Kintyre swimmer Angus Woods, swimming over there in lane 9. So there we go. Richie Saunders, Magnus Kirkpatrick, Logan Moffat. Fourth place going to Angus Woods, ahead of Craig Hartley. The results are confirmed for us on the screen. And we move on to the fourth heat.
Gives Richie a good chance of being in a final with that time, the 15-year-old. But Magnus, pretty fast time, he might sneak in there. So we move on to heat number 4. 0, Ryan Crabb, round 96. 1, Miller Cunningham, Glenrothes. 2, George Zieminski from Stranraer Stingrays. 3, Aidan Hayes, Aberdeen. 4, Taylor Adam from Perth City. 5, Finlay Brown, East Lothian Swim Team. 6, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. 7, Liam Warner, East Lothian Swim Team. 8 is Austin McPherson from Geary. And 9, Tyler Spalding from Carnegie. Very strongly away in lane 5. As Finlay Brown, that black cap of the East Lothian Swim Team. Probably got about this part of half a body length advantage already, and he's flying down this first 50. Different style of swimming. It's very fast and furious rather than a glide. Miller Cunningham also well there in 1:33.75 for Miller, Glenrothes swimmer. Still going well in lane 1 is Miller. And he and Finlay at the moment have got this race between them. Liam Warner, Austin McPherson having a good contest for third in 7 and 8. And also in 2 and 3, very prominent. But it's now just Finlay Brown that takes it up. There's not much between the two of them, Jackie. Barely a third of the second. Let's see if anyone can get back at these two guys. They're well clear at the halfway mark. Best part of 3 seconds clear, and you can't see anything past those two now.
No, I don't think you can, Robert, can you? Although we talk about this third length being something that can change. The lead that they have at the moment looks fairly comfortable, but as we've said before, it's not over, all over until the fingers touch the wall at the end of the race there. But it is Miller Cunningham against leading ahead of Finlay Brown, Austin McPherson. Seen him swimming already this morning into third place there.
Yeah, you might see that some of the swimmers will swim 2. Some of them might even swim 3 events this morning, Jackie.
Well, I think it's all about having the programme that shows their versatility as well, isn't it, Robert? Yeah. And it's great to see so many of them doing that.
Well, there are 17 events that technically you can qualify for. Miller Cunningham, though, is he going to take this one? No, he's not. It's going to be Finlay who takes it, and flying at the end in the lane 3 is Aidan Hayes to touch out. And wait for that just to be confirmed. Showing as a dead heat on the board, but you know, it was Finlay Brown. Aidan Hayes and Austin McPherson flying at the end, sneaks in to take third. Good swims from the two local lads, finishing second, third.
And heat 5, lane 0, Fergus Reid from Geary. 1, Keir Stormont, out of Midlothian. 2, Kyle Connolly, South Lanarkshire. 3, Roman Wood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Sam Ross, Warren de Baths. 5, Janie Farnan, Isle of Man. 6, Sam Cole, Step Rock. 7, Harry Keogh, Ren 96. 8, Andrew Patterson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Elif Amar from University of Aberdeen Performance.
This is the last unseeded heat, Jackie, so...
It is indeed, yes.
Every chance a good fast swim will get you a final spot.
Yeah, and Kyle Connolly, the South Lanarkshire swimmer, Looks like he may have the advantage just over Warren de Bath's Sam Ross, but we'll watch what happens as they go into the wall. That is Sam Ross leading ahead of Jamie Farnan. Called that completely wrongly there. Sam Ross ahead of Jamie Farnan and Sam Cole. Carl Connolly in fourth place, but not much behind them.
Pretty good. Kyle did go out very strongly, but the Wonder Swimmers now just picking them off here.
He is indeed showing his strength here in the breaststroke. So he has the advantage there, sitting in lane 4. Is leading ahead of Janie Farnham from the Isle of Man. We've seen Jamie swimming already this morning. It's anybody's guess for third place as at the moment as they go into the halfway mark. Sam Ross 1:13.67. Janie Farnham, it's Sam Cole in third. Kia Stormont now moved up into fourth. Roman Wood ahead of Kyle Connolly. We're into the second half. The Warren de Bath swimmer looks very strong there in lane 4. They are trying to come back at him, however, and certainly the... Sorry, I beg your pardon. Roman Wood, the University of Aberdeen swimmer, now within half a body length of our leader. Looks like the lead could change as we go into the final turn here. Very tight. Sam Ross just ahead of Roman Wood. Look at that, 1:55.39, 1:55.66.
41.72, Roman 38.07. He's taken over 3 seconds off that, and yeah, looks as though it's game over here.
Does indeed. He's gained the advantage now, Robert, hasn't he, over Sam Ross. Sam's still fighting to get back up there. He's got to find something to overtake Roman Wood, but Roman's looking very strong now as he's beginning to move well and truly away from Sam Ross, coming into the closing meters here. And this one will go to Roman Wood ahead of Sam Ross, with third place belonging to, as the boys come in, Keir Stormont ahead of Ren 96's Harry Keogh. Jamie Farnan live from Isle of Man in 5th place there.
Well, Roman will certainly be back in that 16-year-old category. Sam Ross at second place might, if he's very fortunate, depending on what happens in these seeded heats, sneak him a spot. Just for that one to be confirmed. There we have it. Stormont also in 3rd place. He'll be good enough to get in the final with that time. Let's see. Our seeded heat 0 in 6 is Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. 1, Lewis Lothian, East Lothian Swim Team. 2, Aidan Bruce, Aberdeen. 3, Craig Shaw, South Lanarkshire. 4, Greg Ross, City Glasgow. 5 is Lachlan Small, Stirling Swimming. 6, Aidan Williamson, Highland Swim Team. 7, James Aberdeen from Bankery. 8 is Kai Connolly, South Lanarkshire. And 9, Taylor Sinclair from Elgin. Well, this is where the breaststroke specialists should be very dominant in the middle lanes here. Gregor Ross, well-known breaststroker from City Glasgow, should be the fancy for this one. Aidan Williamson going well in 6. Lachlan Small in lane 5, maybe a little bit behind them. Also well there in 7 is James Aberdeen. Aidan Bruce also prominent in 2, but it's Aidan Williamson, our early leader. It's all very tight at this early stage. Still going well. In 6 is Aidan.
It is, but it's pretty tight in behind him, though, however, Robert, isn't it, at this stage?
Was the summer meet champion, Aidan, last year in July of last year. And he has this advantage at halfway, 1:12.35. Lachlan Small, Stirling swimmer in lane 5, is certainly making a bit of a move, as is Gregor Ross. Gregor Ross, well, it was only 6th at the first 50, but using all his knowledge and experience, just to keep in touch with the leading swimmers. And this is where Gregor Ross really gets to work. And from 6th the third. And with 50 to go, this is Gregor Ross now coming through 1:52.71. Running up in this event last year. We'd love to take gold home this evening. It's all pretty tight though. Lachlan Small hasn't given up. 16-year-old. So he's in a different age group, Lachlan Small, but he does finish. He knows how to finish, this Lachlan Small. And we'll probably see this evening when we get the finals. Look for Lachlan Small coming through late, if he's there or thereabouts, and a cracking swim from the Stirling swimmer. 2:30.219. That was a great swim, Jackie.
It was indeed. As you said, Lachlan really does know how to finish a race, and looking forward to see an exciting final this evening.
Gregor Ross and Aidan Bruce will be back for finals, and I would think Aidan Williamson with that time will also be in the mix. These guys in the older age category, Lachlan and Lewis Lothian. That previous one, the only two 16-year-olds. And Fraser Dow, Rory Vick are the two youngsters in this one, Jackie.
They are indeed. So this is Heat 7, Lane 0, Cameron Hastings, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 1, Luke McCall, Warren de Baths. 2, James Bodie, Geary. 3, Fraser Dow, Perth City. 4, Connor Mitchell, Warren de Baths. 5, Toby Bullock, Midlothian. 6, Rory Webster, Dumfries. 7, Rory Vick, Warren de Baths. 8, Thomas Traynor, South Lanarkshire. And 9, Aidan McCavish, Forth Valley Tridents. So we're looking at entry times for here ranging from 2:23 through to 2:37. So we expect the field to begin to spread out on the basis of those entry times. But it's Connor Mitchell leading ahead of Toby Bullock and James Bodie. And Fraser Dow, your top 4 there at the first turn, a 32.98 for our leader. Connor Mitchell there in lane 4. Green cap of Midlothian, Toby Bullock in second place. We come down to the turn at the halfway mark. It's the Warren de Bath swimmer leading ahead of Toby Bullock. Connor Mitchell has the lead coming into the turn now. 1:09.08. Toby Bullock 1:10.45 and James Bodie in third. 1:12.12. Rory Webster up into fourth place now at the halfway mark. That's looking very comfortable as our leader. Moving away from the Midlothian swimmer, Toby Bullock. What's happening for third place? It's lane 2's James Bodie. They're in the distinctive cap of Geary. And we're going into the final turn now. Warren de Bath swimmer led right from the beginning. A 1:46.23 there for him. A 37.15. The split. Toby Bullock 38.84. The split there. So he still has second place. And in turn, they're leading ahead of James Bodie. I'm not sure there's going to be any change, although trying to get up into third place. However, alongside James Bodie is Fraser Dow, the Perth City swimmer. Possibly got too much to do, but in comes our leader, Connor Mitchell, the 18-year-old from Warren de Baths. He takes this in 2:24.23. Lead taking that in first place. Second place, Toby Bullock, 2:27.86. And James Bodie takes third place ahead of Fraser Dow. James's time, 2:30.63. And we move on to the final heat this event. It was indeed. It was a very strong swim there, wasn't it? Connor set out at the beginning. And okay, can you hear me?
So we move on to the final heat. 0. Stephens Newstack from Stranraer Stingrays. 1. Logan Warburton, Preston. UNB Perth City. 3, Ethan Collins, Stirling Swimming. 4, Royce Cringlelis, City Glasgow. 5, Johnny Martin, Perth City. 6, Dylan Mitchell, Warner Bass Club. 7, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 8, Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire. And 9, Cameron Jolly, University of Aberdeen Performance. Well, that blue cap in 4 of Royce Cringlelis should be prominent. Johnny Martin, red cap of Perth City though, in 5, and the other red cap of Warner Bass, Dylan Mitchell, younger brother of Connor, who was so dominant in that previous heat. It's Johnny and Dylan. Not much in it. 200s at that first turn. Now Connor Mitchell good in that previous one. His younger brother at the moment is 3rd. Johnny Martin at the moment doing well. He's the Midlands champion. So 2:26.80. He's going pretty well at the moment. The Scottish schools recently in this pool, as Royce Cringlelis comes through in 2nd, about half a second between them at the halfway mark. Royce Cringlelis, the one at Scottish schools, 5th at this event last year, and he's coming up sides. Those two, actually stroke for stroke, Jackie. Not much between the two.
No, there really isn't at this stage, is there? So they'll know exactly what they've got to do just to get themselves into the finals for tonight, Robert. They want these boys, and turning. Look at that, 149.58 against the 149.89 for our first and second Rogis and Johnny there. Rogis, the City of Glasgow swimmer that's going to take this one though, I think, Robert, isn't he?
Yeah.
Moving ahead now quite nicely from the Perth City swimmer.
Yeah, you'll have to really throw out all the stops in this evening's final though, because I still fancy Conor Mitchell to be the one to beat. But,
well, certainly from Connor's swim earlier on, he looked very
20.
comfortable. There we go. Yeah, could be an interesting final, I think, this evening, Robert.
One.
Very close.
Yeah. Didn't have to do too much to win that one, whereas Conor went out very strongly and had a very fast time in the heats. So that concludes the breaststroke for Melbourne Open. So we move to the other end of the pool. It's 50 breaststroke that we have, and quite a lot of heats for this one as well, Jackie. 8 heats.
8 heats, yes. Just 5 swimmers in the first heat, however, Robert, I think, isn't there?
There are indeed.
So as you can just see, officials have just been moving around just to make sure that
there'll probably there'll be a very slight delay. We always have 2 referees at these meets. What will happen is one of the referees will go down, start the race down at the other end of the pool, and the second referee will be at the bottom end of the pool where all the finishes were earlier on, and what they will do is confirm the result. So that's the reason that we have 2 referees at all these meets. Sure everything is all kosher.
I'll just give you some of the provisional finalists for male 15-year-old 200-meter breaststroke, but I won't. I'll just look at that's the 50 meters breaststroke started with heat 1 in lane 2. Lucy Myerscough best. Lane 3, Evie Chan, Ren 96. 4, Elsie Kushner, Step Rock. 5, Blythe Williamson, Inverleith. And 6, Madeline Chesser, Aberdeen Dolphins. Seeing lane 5, Blythe Williamson, the Inverleith swimmer, entered on a 39.819, has the advantage. Coming back at her as we go into the closing stages of this race, but it is still Blythe. She will hold this one and take it. She does indeed in a 38.16 ahead of Elsie Kushner in a 38.57. And I'll confirm third place to you, Madeline Chestner, in a 38.96. So the finalists for the 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke, male and open, Rory Vick, Stephens Nastiuk, Matthew Jack, Richie Saunders, Cameron Jolly, Austin McPherson, Alex Cantley, Lewis Bray, Jamie Farnan, Luke Thompson, and our reserves are at Andrew Patterson and Tearlock Adam.
Okay, back to the other end of the pool. Heat 2. Lara Cowling, Iona Hickson, Ruthie McLaughlin, Abigail Fagan, Sophie McCallum, Grace Blair, Ruby McInnes, Chloe Semple, Serena Strandring, and Sophie Webster. So 38 to 39.10 are the entry times. Well, it's a green cap. It's got to be Midlothian with a green cap. Jackie in lane 4, Sophie McCallum. And Grace Blair in 5, Ruby McInnes in 6, and in 2, Lucy McLaughlin trying to come through. But it looks like Sophie's got this one. Sophie McLaughlin, Midlothian swimmer, takes this one. Lanes 2 and 5. Lucy McLaughlin takes second, and Grace Blair third. The winning time, 37.52 for Sophie. Well done. Nicely inside her entry time. 38.07 for Lucy, 38.16 for Grace.
Your 16-year-old boys in the 200-metre breaststroke finalists: Lachlan Small, Fraser Dow, Dylan Mitchell, Roman Wood, Finlay Bennett, Ethan Collins, Lewis Lothian, Logan Warburton, Miller Cunningham, Fergus Reid, and reserves Carrick Thompson and Liam Warner. So this is Heat 3 back in the pool of the 50-metre breaststrokes. Lane 1, Alana MacDonald. 2, Cara White. 3, Sarah Dow. 4, Emma Binney. 5, Ailey McNichol. 5, Amelia Burrell. 6, Rose McDermott. 7, Lola Mitchell. 8, Jess Davis. And 9, Olivia Russell. Oh, it's pretty tight at the halfway mark here, however, but I think we're going to see our leader come from the centre of the pool, possibly lane 7, swimming really well, but I think it's Amelia Burrell, the Glen Rothes swimmer. Will take this. She does indeed in a 36.03, leading ahead of Cara White, 36.81, and Alana MacDonald in third place. The finalists for the 17 and over: Connor Mitchell, Rogers Crongelis, Toby Bullock, Johnny Martin, James Bodie, Gregor Ross, Aidan Bruce, Ewan Weir, Aidan Williamson, Rory Webster, and reserves Craig Shaw and Luke McCall, and that's for the 200-metre breaststroke.
4, Chloe Porter, Victoria Weir, Maya Stahl, Maya McCallum, Billy Convin, Katie Lowe, Anna Lawson, Maisie Adair, Ellen White, and Lily Murray. 36.30 to 36.78, so half a second between all these swimmers. It's lane 5 with the advantage in this one. Katie Lowe, Black Cap of Carnegie, coming through very strongly. Victoria Weir also well there in 1. It's between those two. Katie from Victoria, and in 3, Maya Stahl. That is the 1, 2, 3. Carnegie last takes it in a 35.7. Just a little bit inside the empty time by about half a second or so. Go to 36.02, also inside her time, and Maya 36.34, a little bit inside her time. So well done to those 3 girls there. Move on to heat number 5. Simscat, Ellen McPhee, Rebecca Shand, Ada Brolin, Abby Mitchell, Imogen Jarrett, Connie Hart, Lauren Cantley, Josie Grimes, and Kayla Smith. 35.91 to 36.30 in this one. And again, pretty level start, maybe over in lanes 6, 7, 8. Connie Hart, Lauren Cantley, Josie Grimes are all very prominent. I think it's maybe just Connie Hart who has the advantage. They're all coming back at her though. Connie Hart, Lauren Cantley, and Kayla Smith. Connie Hart has this one from lanes 9 and 3, I think. Was Lauren Cantley in lane 7, it just got third, but no doubt about the winner. Connie Hart, 35.23. Kayla Smith on the far side, 35.55. Lauren Cantley, third, 35.85. A tight finish, Jackie.
It was indeed, yes, Robert. And Heat 6 and 0, Eva Robertson. 1, Beth Craik. 2, Jessica Kirkwood. 3, Maya Rogers. 4, Perry Scobie. 5, Eve Wood. 6, Katie Coventry. 7, out there, Katie Towers. 8, Ksenia Mann. And 9, Jessie Norris.
Our seeded heat, Jackie, so this will be an easy one for you, the middle lanes.
It should be, Robert, but we've seen some upsets this morning. It is fairly tight at the moment. The middle lanes, I think it's lanes 4, 5, and 8, I think, that have the advantage over the rest of the field at the moment. Lanes 4, Perry Scobie, Sterling Swimming will take this. She does. Oh, and then coming up alongside her, Mai Rogers and Eve Wood. So Perry Scobie takes that in a 34.26. Ahead of Mai Rogers of Warren de Bath in a 34.69, and Eve Wood from Orkney in a 34.74. So
Told you that was easy, Jackie. The middle lanes.
You did indeed.
Yeah,
You did indeed. Yeah.
Okay. Heat 7. 0 to 9. Rosie Stutchfield, Charlotte Higgins, Anna Wilson, Charlotte Thompson, Sarah Smith, Ellie Kennedy, Amy Owenson, Fiona Casapidis, Ella Thompson, and Wood. Well, Rosie Sarah Smith, that red cap, very prominent in the early stages. The Warner swimmer off. Ellie Kennedy in lane 5. Possibly second, Iona Casapidis, that black cap of Carnegie, and Amy Onison in lane 6, prominent. It looks like this one's Zara Smith, no problem at all for her. Ellie Kennedy in second, and lane 3, Charlotte Thompson, flying at the death. Midlothian swimmer. Really confused me not wearing a green cap there, Jackie.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But she came through nicely to take third. So again, lanes 4, 5 and 3, as it should be.
So we're going to move on to the final heat now, Heat 8. Lane 0, Leonie Bedborough. 1, Lucy McLeod. 2, Honor McCarty. 3, Ailey Robertson. 4, Amber Rigg. 5, Lily Mundell. 6, Lexi Lamont. 7, Isla Gilmurray. 8, Sarah Wood. And 8, Ella Cunningham. So on paper, got some 3 seconds between fastest Amber Rigg, entered on a 32.81. Swimming for Dumfries, but not a name known to me from the West Districts that Robert and I do. It is Amber ahead and Lily Mundell battling, but South Ayrshire's Ailey Robertson right up alongside them. It's really tight as we go into the wall here. I think Ailey might just take that. She did indeed in a 33.91, ahead of the Dumfries swimmer Amber Rigg in a 33.97, and Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian, finishing in third. Just looking for that to be confirmed there. There we go, in a 34 exactly for Lily Mundell. So
that concludes ladies. We stay at the far end of the pool, stay with 50s. It's butterfly this time, and it's an open one. 8 heats for this one as well. So that's the lineup. 0 to 9, Samuel Gibson, Raphael Skyvanek, Brody Leiden, Angus Woods, having his third swim, Jackie. Did say that he might do 2 or 3. Alex Cantley, Austin McCall, Max Corcoran, Jackson Ogilvie, Cameron Mason, and Nicodemus Lemons. That's the lineup for this one. So 29.50 to 30.17. Strong start in 3, Jackie. Angus Woods, swimmer. Also Jack Ogilvie in 7's going pretty nicely indeed. Going to be pretty tight. Might be Jackson who's got to get this one. Angus Woods, Jackson and Angus are virtually together. 28.72. Oh, Angus Woods is swimming really well today. It's PB. Jackson Ogilvie 29.04. Max Corcoran, South Ayrshire 29.41 in 3rd place.
Heat 2, lane 0, Finlay Duffin, 1, Sky Canal Bonchai, 2, Luke Thompson, 3, Finlay Johnston, 4, Theo Tederica, 5, Cameron O'Donnell, 6, Ailif Amar, 7, Adam Calder, 8, Julian Schatz, and 9, Tim Veyron Lacroix. So it's all entry times around the late 28s, early 29 seconds here. So, and the halfway mark, field is very tightly bunched. Really challenging to identify who may well have the advantage. Possibly going to go to lane 3, I think. It is indeed. It's Finlay Johnson taking that in a 28.41 ahead of Bathgate's Luke Thompson. Taking that, finishing in a 28.49, and South Lanarkshire Cameron O'Donnell in a 28.63. Moving on to Heat 3.
So 0 to 9, Matthew Pytek, Zachary Weatherhead, Aris Woodward, Lewis Aitchison, Lewis Hopkins, Miller Cunningham, Fraser Muir, Logan Warburton, Jasper Broom, and Adam Selby, 28.15 to 28.65, so half a second again. It's the range of times on entry. Nicely away in 5, Miller Cunningham. Glenn Roth's swimmer out smartly, and he has a good advantage with just over 15 to go. Lewis Hopkins in 4, well there. It's between those two. Lewis flying at the end. Will he get this one? Or can Miller just hang on? Miller gets it. Lewis second. Very close for 3rd. Matthew Pytek in 0. Takes 3rd place. Winning time for Miller. 27.31.
And Heat 3. Beg your pardon. Oh, Robert's just done that. It's Heat 4. Lane 0 through to 9. Kyle Mossman, Stephens Nastiuk, Edward Mills, Tom Massey, Max Turnbull, Taylor Hutton, Finlay Hiddleston, Anatoly Guizis, Alex Holmes, and Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Boys all entered on a 27 here. So again, this is going to be another tight one. Lane 6, Finlay Hiddleston, the Dumfries swimmer, has the advantage here. It's slight, but he has it. Let's watch lane 9, Lewis Maxwell Pauls, Warren de Baths. Finlay Hiddleston still has this, but he's being challenged this for Taylor Hutton, the Carnegie swimmer. Taylor's going to take this. And he does in a 27.59 ahead of Lewis Maxwell Pauls and Finlay Hiddleston. Times will be just confirmed for me on the scoreboard there. 27.59, 27.66 and 27.68.
That was tight,
very
Jackie.
tight.
Yeah.
That was difficult to call there, but
well done.
Thank you for your assistance there, Robert, and with lane 5.
Invergatti, Lockie Bullock, Nikolai Sisnet, Logan Scally, Jaden Chan, James Gillis, Rory Vick, Connor Aspinall, Nathan Smith, Adam Prusick, 27.25, 27.45, 0.2 separate them, Jackie.
Oh, this will be another tight one then.
But Nikolai Sisnet, thank goodness, he's got off to a good start in lane 2, but they'll all come back at him. Jaden Chan and James Gillis in 4 and 5. But at the moment, Nikolai has it. Nikolai's going to take this one. Jaden Chan, James Gillis. That's your 1, 2, 3. And it is the 1, 2, 3. Nikolai, 26.57. Jaden Chan, 27.03. James Gillis, 27.17. Nice swim from Connor in 4th place, 27.54. That might get him back, wait and see, for a final. As we get to the 3 seeded heats, Jackie.
We do indeed. Yeah,
this will be an easier one for you. Middle lanes.
Well, I'd like to think so. Heat 6, lanes 0 through to 9. Adam McLaren, Mano Drysdale, Harry Sharp, Cameron Hastings, Jensen Norris, Alfie Price, Magnus Morris, Alex Taylor, Oliver Hodzik, and Caden McLaughlin. So, middle lanes, Robert says. Let's see. Oh, good start there in lane 4, Jensen Norris. He has the advantage. Coming back at him, however, is Alfie Price, the Orkney swimmer. Those two are your 1 and 2 as we go into the wall. 3, I think, will go to, and it does indeed, Magnus Morris. So there we are. Jensen takes that in a time of 25.30. Alfie Price in a 25.65, and Magnus Morris in a 26.19. As we move on to Heat 7.
Right, 0 to 9, Jed Armitage, Tanis Erkinoff, Callum Sinclair, Rowan Brown, James Kilpatrick, Neby Singular, Ian van der Meulen, Ross Anderton, Dylan Mitchell, Tom Liversidge. Well, smartly away in lane 6. Logan van der Meulen, Neby Singular well there in 5, and in lane 7, Ross Anderton. James Kilpatrick coming through late in 4 to get in the mix. It's going to be another tight one. Who's going to get this? Lane 5, 6 and 4. Well, 5, 4 and 6. There was 100th in it. That was a very, if you thought that previous one was tight, that was even tighter. 26.18, Neby got that quite comfortably. James Kilpatrick, Logan van der Meulen separated by 100th. And Ross Anderton pretty well there as well. Race, lads.
Great race there. Have we move on to Heat, the final heat. Lane 0, Logan Jackson. 1, Tom Jeffords. 2, Ishmael Salaby. 3, Benji Jeffries. 4, Dean Fern. 5, Finlay Nelson. 6, Adam Scott. 7, Harry Cook. 8, Archie Smith. And 9, David Landman. So we've got 23.80 here for the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer Dean Fern. He's swimming there in lane 4, and we can already see that happening in the pool as Dean leads the field as we go into the closing stages here. It's all about 2nd and 3rd place in behind Dean, as Dean finishes there in a time of 23.72.
And that is a new Scottish age group record.
It is indeed.
17, that's the first one. That's the Scottish senior record.
That's a Scottish senior record for our Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer Dean Fern there in a 23.72. As the gallery here applauded that effort there. Well done.
Well, we don't see that very often, Jackie. It's Scottish National Age Group Championships. Dean Fern's had some Scottish junior records up to the age of 16, but he's now swimming as a 17-year-old now. Sure.
Yeah, that was a great race. Great to be able to see that as well this morning in our first session here in Aberdeen. Robert, lovely to see that, and congratulations again to the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer Dean Fern.
Yeah, you don't often see that in a heat in the morning. Dean obviously sets his sights on just the one swim this morning, so
who knows what might happen this evening then, Robert?
We've got that to look forward to this evening.
Indeed. So moving on to slightly slower, if you like, 1500 metre freestyles now. As Robert said earlier this morning at the beginning of the session, the 1500 metre is heat declared winners. So there will be medal presentations following the conclusion of this event, Event 107. We have 3 heats of the 1500 metre freestyle before we move on to the freestyle relays, which will finish session 1 here this morning. So I'll just confirm that we should have the finalists for the female in event 105. I think I've just maybe lost that on screen. Robert will assist me in finding that.
We'll hopefully give you your finalists for that one.
So
Very,
105 we're looking for, Robert.
Yeah. So it was Lily Mundell, Connie Hart, Honor McCarty, Jim Han, Taylor Smith, Lauren Cantley, Charlotte Higgins, Millie Burrell, Ellie Thompson, Rosie Stutchcliffe. That's in the 15-year-old category. Maya Stahl and Alana McDonald. The two reserves. In the 16-year-olds, Alexi Lamont, Jessica Kirkwood, Ella Cunningham, Abby Mitchell, Josie Grimes, Cara White, Emma Binney, Ellen White, Donna Bedborough, and Lola Mitchell, Anna Lawson and Maya McCallum, our two reserves. And the 17-18s, Sarah Smith, Ellie Kennedy, Ailey Robertson, Amber Rigg, Kerry Scobie, Charlotte Thompson, Maya Rogers, Eve Wood, Amy Overson, Iona Casapidis, Katie Coventry and Lucy McLeod, our two reserves.
So back in the, and looking back into the water, Robert, this is heat 1 in the of the 1500 metre freestyle, and go swimming in lane 2. We have Sarah McQuire from Dumfries. Lane 3, Grace Powell, Elgin. 4, Katie Smart, Perth City. 5, Kaylin Robinson from Lerwick. 6, Daisy Gilday, City of Glasgow. And 7, Rebecca Reid, I beg your pardon, Warrender Baths. And it's Katie Smart, the 17-year-old from Perth City, has taken the early lead ahead of Rebecca Reid and Sarah McQuire. Daisy Gilday in behind has Grace Powell. So the entry times here range from 19:06 for Katie through to 19:25. So we would expect to see quite a spread of field, I think, here, Robert.
Should indeed, yeah.
Can give you the finalists for the 50-metre butterfly for our male and open. So for the 15-year-olds, it's Nebi Senkula, Nikolai Sisnut, Harry Cook, Oliver Hodzik, Lockie Bullock, Rory Vick, Alex Holmes, Finley Johnson, Zachary Weatherhead, Steppens Nastiux, with the reserves being Luke Thompson and Angus Woods. Just find the 16-year-olds for you, and there we go. We have Alfie Price, James Kilpatrick, Tanis Irinkoff, Miller Cunningham, Lewis Hopkins, Dylan Mitchell, Connor Aspinall, Nathan Smith, Lewis Maxwell Pauls, I beg your pardon, Finlay Hiddleston, with reserves Kyle Mossman and Anatoly Guizis. And our 17 and over, we have I think I've just lost that. Hang on one second.
Yeah, that'll be the one with Dean Fern in it, Jackie, I would imagine.
That's what threw me there, Robert. I was thinking, I knew I'd lost that result there. So Dean Fern, Jensen Norris, Benji Jeffries, Finlay Nelson, Adam Scott, Magnus Morris, Logan van der Meulen, Ross Anderton, Callum Sinclair, Harry Sharp, and our reserves are Tom Jeffords and Cameron Hastings. So that's you up to date with all the potential finalists for this evening's session 3 here. And we're back in the pool now with the 1500 metre freestyle.
Just about get our breath
we
back.
We should
now,
be able to get our breath back here, maybe. Look at our water bottle and pick up the cup of coffee that we've had sitting alongside ourselves since the beginning of this session. But it's been fairly exciting so far this morning, hasn't it, Robert? Hasn't it?
All fast and furious. Sometimes we get a 400 maybe to break us in, but it's all been 200s, 100s and 50s. There's hardly any time to catch breath.
They haven't given us any respite at all, Robert. But hey, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and we have a pretty tight schedule for all these events. The swimmers have got to be down at the call room roughly about 10, 15 minutes before their swim. If they don't, then that's when a reserve will go in. So it's important that the swimmers are at that call room at the allocated time. And the other thing is the referees will do their utmost to keep the events running very much to clockwork. They don't want to get too far behind or too far ahead, because of that call room time that the swimmers have to be at. If they get too far ahead, then if a swimmer is fractionally late in arriving at that call room, but they're on time, but the swimming is 5 minutes ahead, then they're dashing about trying to get organised. So that's why these timings are vital for everybody concerned. So hopefully we're running to time, or pretty well to time this morning. I think we are.
Yeah, we haven't really had any breaks in the program, have we, Robert?
I don't think so. No.
All look very smooth down there on pool side. So back in the pool, and it's Katie Smart leading ahead of Rebecca Reid. And in turn, the City of Glasgow swimmer Daisy Gilday. There really hasn't been any change. Sarah Maguire is in 4th place. That's been the case for the last 200 metres at least.
He's pacing around about 76 seconds. So we're on sort of 19-minute pace, I reckon, Jackie.
Girls are all entered on a 19, Robert. So
yeah, so we're in that sort of entry range for our leader. Katie, the fastest on entry time. So at the moment she's got about 3 metres advantage over Rebecca Reid over on the far side. A red cap of Warner and the blue cap in 3rd place, Daisy Gilday. So 3rd of the race completed, Jackie. So if you take that time, 16:12:44, multiply it by 3, that brings you pretty close to about 6:40, and add on maybe about another 68 seconds. That or thereabouts should be a finish time. So something like 18:45, 18:50 or thereabouts.
Yeah,
to see how that
around and about an
develops.
18:59, Robert, if you wanted to be more accurate there.
Yeah, okay. It's obviously slowed down over the last couple of hundred. That last one was indeed round about a 77. So yeah, she's pacing well over 19-minute pace now. You can see that 38.62. It's slipping to sort of 77 plus. So yeah, had she kept that early pace going, you would have been looking sub 19. But see how Rebecca Reid in lane 7 and Daisy Gilday perform over the next couple of 100 metres. See if they can close on their leader.
Yeah, the West District's Daisy took gold, leading ahead of Sarah Maguire, who took silver.
Daisy's time comes from a summer meet last year when she was the silver medalist, 19:13:55. She was the recipient of the Ian Prentice Open Water Award last year for best junior. So no doubt she'll be doing a lot of open water events, which kick off on the 2nd weekend in June. I think it's the 8th of June at Local Meadows in the East District.
Then we've got what comes after the East District one then, Robert?
It snows down in Dumfries.
Oh, have they moved the venue this year?
Yeah, it's down at Lochien.
All right, okay. And the West District one?
West District one is not until the 9th of August at Calendar at Loch Venecher.
All right, okay. And so Midlands must come before that.
The Midlands comes before that. Yeah, that's
normally end up with the North in the last, don't we?
The second weekend in July is the Midlands one, and the North is 3 weeks after the West at the end of August. But anyone interested in open water, look on the Scottish Swimming open water section, and you'll see all these dates and events and venues. Always good fun. Take that. So Katie, at the next point, it's going to be halfway mark.
It is indeed, yes. And it's still Katie that's leading the field here ahead of Rebecca Reid and in turn Daisy Gilday.
So you take this time and double it and add again 6 or 7 seconds. As Jackie said, that pace certainly has dropped quite significantly.
18:48, so we are looking over 19 minutes at the moment then, Robert, aren't we, on the basis of that formula?
She's virtually
Tricky when you've got to do it on your own, though, Robert.
Very,
I mean,
very difficult. It's ideally, you really want someone
pushing you along. Yeah.
As long as that person beside you doesn't beat you, that's the main thing.
Well,
But
that's
you
it,
want,
isn't
you want
it?
someone
Yes.
pushing you on.
Indeed. But she certainly entered on the fastest turn. Did Kate time, I beg your pardon, the Perth City swimmer, a 19:06. With that being possibly a short course conversion. So Katie's turning there in a 10:02.88 at 100 metres. So we're into the second half of the race firmly. Rebecca Reid in behind and Daisy Gilday in third.
Talked about Amber Rigger maybe about half an hour ago, mentioning that we didn't really know very much about her. Swims now for Dumfries. I've no idea whether she's actually moved into the Dumfries area or not, or whether she's entered as a first club or a second club under, well, maybe a first club for Dumfries now. But she previously swam at Cockermouth, just over the border in the northwest. Right. So that's where she originally swam. But she does have Scottish representation anyway, Jackie. So.
Yes, I think you can claim, the categories under which you can claim Scottish swim here, aren't you? And up in the age groups, but we can maybe ask Dumfries later on, Robert.
Yeah, we'll maybe check with
because she's not a name, as we've said, that's known to us.
Yeah,
just to see what, out of curiosity, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Because if you've got a Scottish parent, then you can elect to swim for that country of one of your parents. But I think even
grandparents as well. Yes. I have a funny feeling that's. We spoke about Cameron Mason as well, or I did earlier, didn't I?
Yeah.
South Ayrshire swimmer, and I think that's possibly his claim there is through grandparents. Swimming for South Ayrshire, although he may well have moved up to that club as well now. There was also talk of that, I think, at the time, which he was swimming at the junior academy. So Katie Smart continues to lead here, 11:59 at 950 metres. Rebecca Reid, 12:01. So what's that, 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds there?
She's within striking distance still.
She is. We've got...
good contest for third now. Basically, Day comes under pressure. Dylan Robinson in lane 5, upsides her almost.
The Lerwick swimmer.
Now coming down to 2/3 of the race complete. Well, if you took the 6:12 and doubled it and added a little bit, you're about 12 and a half, but it's 12:37. So as you say, Jackie, that pace is a little bit off.
Yes, I think it is. It's so what we've got over just under a third of the race still to go. So we'll see what Katie can do over that distance. She's going to turn now. She'll see the lap card for 9 lengths still to go. So that's 13:16 for her. 13:18.90. So still that 2.5 second gap between her and second place Rebecca Reid.
Yeah, she just picks up a little bit extra over that last 50 quarter of a second. Rebecca Reid's she's got to try and pick the pace up if she wants to challenge. Coming back again to the nationality, I think another criteria is obviously if you're a non-Scot but you've been living in Scotland, I think you can then qualify or elect to swim for the country you're living in after you lived there for a short period of time.
Well, to your knowledge on that one, Robert. Yeah. I'm not sure about that, but so our leaders are Katie Smart and Rebecca Reid, and Daisy Gilday has come under some pressure and dropped back into 4th place now as Caelan Robinson, the Lerwick swimmer, has got herself up into 3rd place with just about a body length advantage over the City of Glasgow swimmer. So Daisy's going to have to see what she can do to respond to that, dig in deep and see if She can reclaim her third place. I don't know that the leader's really going to come under much pressure, Robert, I think.
Don't think so. Kaylin, that last 50 was a full second faster than Daisy at the next split. Daisy actually reacted. She's pulled back a little bit. So we'll see if she can try and reclaim third. But 38.70 Katie, 38.88. Just pulling a little bit extra out in each 50. Not much, but it's enough just to cement her first place, Jackie.
I think it certainly looks like it. And she looks very comfortable out there in front, Robert, doesn't she?
Don't know if she's enjoying it, but I'm sure.
Well, I'm not sure. Did anybody enjoy a 1500 metre, Robert? I don't know. There will be swimmers out there, and I do apologise to them if you love it.
There are some that love it, Jackie.
That's their distance, and that's what they enjoy. Although I'm not sure what a 1500 metre freestyle or a 200 metre butterfly, Robert. Which one would you least hate to do? More hate to do. And that's like, I'm getting myself muddled up here. Anyway, let's just go back to the pool, shall we? So Katie's going into the turn here, 250 metres to go. And her time there, 15:51. 15:54. So as you said, she is pulling ahead of Rebecca just ever so slightly after every 50 metres, and looks really strong. Daisy's finding it tough to be able to respond to the challenge over there in lanes 5 and 6.
That's a difficult one. Kaylin, 37.47, 39.39. So virtually 2 seconds. If she could have another 200 or 300 metres, this could be quite an interesting race, but Kaylin Robertson, with just 200 to go, is miles behind Rebecca Reid in real terms. Gap between those two is around 5 seconds. Well, it would take a minor miracle for her to get anywhere near Rebecca Reid now. Katie Smart, bronze medalist at the summer meet in this contest last year. A nice steady swim nevertheless.
It has been for her, hasn't it? Very steady. So let's look at, she's, look at that distance. Over 3 seconds now between our first and second place swimmers. Katie Smart and Rebecca Reid.
They should hopefully start picking it up in the last couple of 100 metres. You see the legs, which haven't really been going much, will really get to work in the last 100 or so.
Well, we'll start to hear the bell now for Katie, won't we? Here we go. Always puts a bit of impetus into the legs, I think, and here we go. The legs will start to kick as she knows she's into final stages. Rebecca Reid's heard the bell. The Orkney swimmer, Lerwick swimmer, I beg your pardon. Kaylin Robinson. Daisy Gilday has heard. Here we go.
Nice to see a swimmer from Lerwick doing this as well. Maybe doesn't get an opportunity to do it other than coming down to this pool here in the North District.
And that's Katie's turn for the final turn there, 18:23. So let's watch the clock to see what she can do against her entry time. Rebecca Reid in second, but there's 5 seconds of a gap between first and second now, as Katie has been really motored in the last 100 metres now. As we said, the legs are really kicking.
Can she get under 19 minutes?
Well, let's watch that clock. She may well do, Robert. And she'll be delighted with that if she can. 18:55, there we go. And she is, 18:58. 18:50. Clock's continued, but just over 19:00:29 for Katie. Rebecca finishes in a 19:04:58. And the Lerwick swimmer, Kaylin Robinson, in a 19:09:02. Daisy Gilday comes in to finish in a 19:17:63.
Well, the first three home all under. Yeah, we did think that was a soft touch, Jackie.
It's just been adjusted. As you can see the times there, yeah. So there we are. So Katie comes in under the 19 minutes and an 18:58.22 as the times has been adjusted. I think that was, Robert said,
Yeah.
I think that was, first time posted there was not correct. So the Dumfries swimmer, Sarah McGuire.
Finish fifth. It's Grace Powell coming home.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Is it? Yes. Sarah McGuire finishes in fifth, sorry.
First three home, all under their entry times. Good to see that, Jackie.
It is, isn't it, over such a distance. So, and the Elgin swimmer, Grace Powell, there finishes complete heat 1. Grace in a 20:05.63.
So Rebecca Reid, 19:04.58. She's 15. That is the fastest time for the 15-year-olds in this one. We'll not worry about Katie Smart's time because realistically we have fastest two heats to go with maybe about 6 swimmers that are in that older category with much faster times. But unless the 15-year-olds swim a good race, then that could give Rebecca Reid a smidgen of a chance of a medal. We have two 50-year-olds in this one and 2 in the next.
We do, and this is heat 2, Robert. So in lane 0 goes Jessica Powell, Elgin. Lane 1, Lucy Atherton at Carnegie with her teammate Freya Keeling swimming in lane 2. City of Glasgow's Alice Cummings swims in lane 3. Lane 4, Kristin Mackay, Finns. 5, Lucy Hall, East Lothian. 6, Sadie Faulkner, Bonnie Feith. 8, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow. And 8, Louise Goodman, Newbury, with an empty lane 9 in this heat.
You'll know where Newbury is, Jackie, don't you?
I do know where
That's
Newbury
fine.
is, yes, that's right. Home of horse racing.
Yeah.
There you go. But yes, from down near my original neck of the woods, Robert.
Yeah.
As you can tell from the accent. So there's Lucy Hall leading ahead of City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming and in turn ahead of Kristin Mackay after the first 100 metres. Freya Keeling just in behind them and Lucy Atherton in 5th.
Yeah, the Newbury swimmer is designated Scot, as many of them are, Jackie.
Indeed, indeed.
And we'll have a few up from Morpeth, no doubt, later on.
Got Hamilton Baths over as well from, not Hamilton Baths, Hamilton
Aquatics.
Aquatics, I beg your pardon, over from Dubai. You were saying earlier, quite fancy commentating at some of their events, Robert. Do you think they'd meet our expenses?
Well,
what do you think?
Yeah, they might just about cover it. Yeah, if you're looking for anyone,
we're available.
We'd be quite happy to pop over. Yeah.
Oh dear, so back in the pool. And it's lane 3. As we're seeing leading here, the 17-year-old from City of Glasgow, Alice Cumming. Entered on an 18:37. She'll go into the turn. Leading ahead of East Lothian's Lucy Hall. Kristin Mackay in 3rd. Freya Keeling and Lucy Atherton. Sadie Faulkner in behind.
All 3 open water swimmers, 1, 2 and 3. Alice,
Yes.
Lucy, Kristin Mackay, who have all dabbled in the open water. Keeling 4th. So it's
Yes, it was nice to see last year. I think I commentated at Snows, and so I had all the kind of results in front of me for open water, and used that a lot at the summer meet.
Yeah.
And I think the comment was they'd never heard open water spoken about quite so much.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to see so many swimmers at Snows, and then coming up here back up into Aberdeen for the summer meet last year, and competing at this distance. So, leading still in lane 3, City of Glasgow, Alice Cumming. 4th last year at the national age groups at this distance. Lucy Hall, about a second behind her. And Christine Mackay, 7 seconds behind them.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jackie. You see Alison Lucy 36.5. Thea Keeling, Kirsten Mackay 38.21 exactly for both their splits. So full second and a half further back, and they are losing ground. Although they're a good contest for third between them. Two leaders well clear now.
Certainly looks like the competition's going to come for third place at the moment, but 350 metres, a lot can change. We never know, but Alice and Lucy look very strong out there in the lead at the moment, don't they?
And splits of just over 37, whereas Kirsten and Freya 38 and a bit. So again, they're picking up over a second for every 50. So unless the other two girls can react, which is not easy to do after you've done 300 or 400 metres, it very much looks as though it's Alice trying to shake off Lucy here. Half a second faster, 36.53. So she's going nicely as Alice.
The girls are competing for medals in different age groups as well, our two leaders, aren't they? So Alice will be looking for the time to get herself up into the medals for the 17 and 18, 17 and over, I beg your pardon. And Lucy is just 16 years of age, so she'll be looking for that. But there are other swimmers in the final heat.
There's three more in that 17-18 category, so Alice has just got to post as fast a time as she can and hope that that's rewarded with a medal of some kind.
Interesting, though, in the final heat, Robert, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swimmers under 18 minutes. So, but who knows? We'll just wait till it's all over and we'll get the results confirmed. And as we said earlier, medal presentations will take place immediately after the completion of this event and before we move on to the relays to conclude session 1 here this morning.
Well, I don't want to discount Amy Royal. She's in 9th position. She's of the 9 swimmers. She's one of the 15-year-olds. The only other 15-year-old in this one is the young lady who I think is in 4th place at the moment, Freya Keeling.
Yes, she is.
So if Freya can post a faster time, 6:13 at 400. First third. That's very, very similar to the time our winner, who was 17 in that previous heat. So she's pacing a little faster in that 15-year-old category, which was Rebecca Reid at just over the 19-minute mark. There's a chance that Freya Keeling could potentially be the fastest 15-year-old with 2 15-year-olds to come. So bronze medal would be guaranteed if she did that. We'll keep an eye on that as it goes. She's gone third just ahead of Kirsten, but there's virtually nothing between the two. 500s between her and Kirsten Mackay from Finns. A wee Fife contest there.
Could indeed be, yes.
Glenrothes, Kirkcaldy and Dunfermline.
Whereas we've got a west-east split for 1 and 2 at the moment, haven't we? Mm-hmm.
Alice Cumming looking pretty good, 7:14 as against 7:17, 3.5 seconds advantage. She's just going that little bit faster over every 50. Not a lot faster than Lucy, but enough just to pull a little bit further away. So 6:50 mark, 7:51. And 7:55. It's 4 seconds, Jackie, and this stage.
That's a lot at this stage, isn't it?
Growing.
Yeah, to try and get that back. So what have we got? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 16-year-olds in the final heat. So Lucy just needs to keep pecking, moving as fast and using Alice's lead, I think, to pull her along, really, hasn't she?
Freya Keeling's about a second ahead of Kirsten Mackay now. You can see Kirsten putting a wee bit more effort in. Freya looks very relaxed, relaxed swim. In third place. There is very little between the two for that third place. Alice comes to halfway now. So we'll take the time, double it and add maybe
what's the
about 8
formula?
seconds. Yeah.
Double it and add in a few seconds. Right.
Yep.
Okay. So there we go. 9:05. So that's 18:10.
Yeah.
Okay, 18:20 then, Robert?
Yeah, about
Happy
18,
with that?
Yeah, about 18:20.
There we
yeah,
go
that's
then.
good enough.
Let's have a look and see.
For what we get paid, yeah. That would be a good 10-second improvement if she can get
would indeed.
something like
Would
an
indeed.
18:20 thereabouts. That's all you can do. Just swim your race, and if you can get a faster time, great. Even if it's only half a second. It's good to see these girls having a go at 1500. We don't have a wide range of swimmers doing this at the moment after COVID. It's beginning to increase, but anybody listening in, please, if you want to have a go at this, don't be afraid. It's just a question of practice. You do it in the pool when you're doing your usual swims in training, so you'll do 5,000-6,000 meters in training, I'm sure, most days. So it's not 1500 is nothing.
Yeah, I think you're right, Robert, isn't it? It's about building on what you're doing in your training and having a go at this so that you just get the race plan correct, isn't it? Because quite often, you can see youngsters having a go at this and they get into to the pool and they rocket out. In the first couple of 100 meters, they're leading, but they've forgotten their race plan.
Yeah.
And, and then you see them slowly sort of move back. But it's taking that on board, coming back and having another go at it. And as Robert says, we're beginning to see the number of athletes taking on this 1500 meter increase since COVID. Just over 5 years ago, we weren't. No one was in the pool at all 5 years ago. So strange times that we were living in at that time.
Very strange, yeah.
But
Alice is having a very solid race, Jackie. I'm very impressed with what she's doing in the pool today.
Yes.
Pulling away from Lucy. Lucy's having a good, solid swim as well. Don't take anything away from the Estonian swimmer. But it is difficult when it gets strung out. You've just got to have that mental clock. This is what I've got to do, and just try and do what your coach has asked you to do with the race plan. It's not easy.
No, it's not, and because you're not seeing anybody up alongside you, there's nobody pushing you. Particularly with the lead that Alice has here, she's as you say, she's got to be in the right headspace, and she's just got to execute that race plan. And in doing so, she's where she is in this race. And as you said, looks very comfortable. 12:10:39 at 1,000 meters. So that's 2/3 of the race completed, with a third still to go. So what's the formula for this one, Robert?
So 12:10, divide that 6:05, add that 6:05, 18:15, and add maybe about 8 seconds. So yeah, it's
still around the 18:20 then, isn't it?
18:25 range, yeah, which is good for Alice.
Well, she'll be well pleased with that if she can achieve it. As we've said, entered on a 18:37. That would be an amazing improvement on her entry time for Alice, the City of Glasgow swimmer here.
Look at how Alice is swimming, or all the swimmers are swimming. You see very little leg kick, just the odd leg kick during the race, but it's mostly the arms that are doing all the work in most of the race. It's only the last 100 meters or so that these legs really get to work. Save it for the final charge. Around 7% of the work is done by the feet, so I've been told.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most
that's
of
a
it's
statistic
arm
to
work.
know.
So it's something that a lot of swimmers won't do. A 1500, an 8 of 1500. They'll concentrate on 50s, 100s, possibly 200s. Not too many are brave enough to do this or do things like 200 butterfly, 400 IM. These are the events that really we need to see more and more, embracing that after the sort of COVID layoff. It's good to see that these girls are giving it everything. Even the ones further down that are maybe way off the entry times. Again, it's practice. It's doing this as many times as you can during the season. There's a headshot.
It is. That's a good headshot there, isn't it?
Yeah. Keeping it nice and straight all the way down. Deviating the side of the lane. Oh, it's coming down, I think, with 1200 gone.
Photographer around the venue, haven't we, as well?
Yeah.
Over the 5 days. So watch the social media. I think they're normally posted on the Scottish Swimming social media pages.
Yeah. You have that to look
not
forward
sure
to
whether
at
it's
some point tomorrow.
At the end of every day or following morning, but certainly something to watch, and some lovely photographs usually appear of the swimmers in the water, don't they? You know, and that, as you just said, that one of Alice there, the headshot was fantastic. We're just watching. We can see the cameraman taking that down there. So there's Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow swimmer. 250 metres still to go. 15:07. We've got a wee formula here, Robert.
No, we're just talking. We're talking 18:23.
18:23, are we? Okay.
Lucy Hall.
What do you think,
Quite
Lucy?
some way back. She's about 16 seconds behind, so she's probably going to come in hopefully about 18:45. Hopefully she'll just start picking it up a wee bit more in the final stages. Third place, Freya Keeling, 15:15. She's got 300 to go, and she's really got to pick things up, Freya. I think if she wants to have a chance of a medal. Carnegie swimmer. Alice Cumming. At least we'll put a marker down, Jackie.
Oh, she will indeed, won't she? Yes. I mean, this is a really good swim by Alice this morning.
18:14:20 is the third fastest time on entries in the next heat. So if she can get within 10 seconds of that, that puts a wee bit of pressure on the slowest of those three swimmers.
It does indeed, yes.
You then need to know, right, okay, if I swim my entry time, I'll have a medal.
Alice Cumming continues to lead this field. Really good swim from her this morning.
It's the bell time.
It is indeed, isn't it? Yep. There's the official with the bell. First.
We'll be inside 18:20.
Inside 18:20. Right,
Yeah.
okay. So let's watch the clock then. Let's see.
Watch the legs here. The legs will start just picking up a wee bit. Not much at the moment. She's saving it for the final charge.
Got what, length and a half still to go, hasn't she?
You can see that she's working hard now down this penultimate 50 there. Just that stroke.
You can,
a little
yes.
bit faster.
It is indeed, isn't it?
Expect this maybe a 35.5, 36 split, perhaps.
Then she goes to the final turn then, so let's
36
watch
and a
this
half,
clock,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, I comfortably inside 18:20. Look for about 18:17. Get the legs going now, Alice. You've got to get those legs going, lass. 25 to go. Get them kicking really strongly down the final stretch.
Brilliant swim from the City of Glasgow swimmer here, Alice Cumming. She's coming into the closing stages now. As Robert says, the legs are really motoring down those final metres.
Well done,
what do we
Alice.
get? 18:17:62 for her. So well under that entry time and under the...
It's about a 20-second improvement. That's a great
indeed,
swim.
yeah. Certainly laid down the marker for the next heat, hasn't she? So Lucy comes in to finish. finishing there in an 18:37.84.
Freya Keeling's got to come back in about 36 seconds, the Carnegie swimmer in lane 2. She's really got the legs going very, very strongly. Come on. Let's see if you can get close to that. 19:04.58 is what we're looking for. Well, it's going to be borderline. Can she do it?
Ooh.
By 0.27 of a second. So that's third place for Freya Keeling at the very worst in that 15-year-old category. She's
well done, Freya. That was a really good swim by her then to achieve that. So we'll look forward to seeing final results shortly as we come up to the final heat of 107, heat 3. So we have
our teammate Lucy Atherton finishing in 4th, 19:08.16. Nice to see Lucy back doing distance freestyle. She had her problems a few years ago, but she's now back at Carnegie, her final year. She was a really strong distance swimmer in her early days, 11, 12-year-old, but then COVID came and
then things changed, don't they?
Yeah,
and you have to
things
build to get back.
Yeah. Kirsten Mackay finishing 5th. This is an interesting one. We have 4 black caps from East Lothian Swim. 3 black caps from East Lothian Swim. Just 2. Okay.
So this is heat 3, and in lane 0 we have Alice Harper, City of Glasgow. Lane 1, Rosie Forster, Warren de Baths. 2, Tegan Black, East Lothian. 3, Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire. 4, Evie Mackey, South Lanarkshire. 5, Amber Hinton, Dumfries. 6, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. And her teammate Ava Ross swims in lane 7. 8, Emmy Aitken, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Kate Nolan, East Lothian. So this will be interesting. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls with entry times sub 18 minutes. And so at the moment, over in lane 8, the University of Aberdeen Performance swimmer Emmy Aitken leading ahead of South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey. And pretty tight for 3rd place, but I think the advantage lies with Lucy Hunter from South Lanarkshire alongside her teammate Evie Mackey. South Lanarkshire, a composite team.
And you'll tell me all the clubs in that one, Jackie, won't you?
At some point, yes.
At some point, yeah.
At some point. Not necessarily at the moment. Anyway, back to the pool, Robert. It's Emmy Aitken and Evie Mackey are 1 and 2, tightened up for 3rd place as we go down to 150 metres completed. I think we see Evie Mackey and Amber Hinton.
Yeah.
Certainly challenging each other. I think we did the West Districts a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? But we've got some other West District swimmers here as well that we regularly see in the pool at this distance too.
Yeah. So we've also got a composite team from East Lothian. Jackie, you'll know those 3 teams, don't you? You'll come back with that way as well,
Paddington, Tranent.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the 3rd one? I'll get shot for this. Paddington and Musselburgh. There we go. Yep. So South Lanarkshire is East Kilbride.
Yeah.
Hamilton Baths.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm stuck. I shouldn't be. Go on, Robert. Put me out of my agony.
Okay. Lanark.
Lanark. Yes.
Larkhall, Avondale.
Larkhall, of course.
And we're missing one.
We are, aren't we?
Suburb of Glasgow, almost.
Rutherglen, yes. Right, there we go.
That's the
knew we would get there.
That's the 5 teams that represent South Lanarkshire.
And the lead in the pool has changed. It's now South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey. Fastest time posted here for entry, 17:33. On the basis of that, she's some 15 seconds, 14 seconds faster than the rest of the field.
Don't worry about
that's entry times.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about fourth place at the moment.
Okay.
Swimmer in fourth will come through and probably finish second.
Amber Hinton, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we would expect to see that happen, but one never knows.
The one swimmer that will give everything is Tegan Black in lane 2. Try and get back on her teammate Lucy Hunter. So those two will certainly be given a lot for the East Lothian swim team cause.
I mean, Kate Nolan, Lothian, not Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire.
Lucy Hunter, my apologies. Yeah, Kate Nolan. Yeah, Lucy Hunter. Yeah.
There we go. Evie Mackey, Emmy Aitken, Lucy Hunter, Amber Hinton, Karis Mooney, your top 5 there. But as Robert said, we've often seen Amber sitting there or thereabouts, and she has a fast finish, doesn't she?
Very strong in the second half of the race.
She is. Whereas Evie Mackey usually sets out leading from the start, and she's certainly
really
doing so. Look at this.
Really
look at the lead that she has, Robert. We'll just keep her confirm that. So 4:34.63 there at the 400 meters. She's got some nearly 6 seconds of an advantage over her teammate Lucy Hunter. And the rest of the field.
Time for Evie's 17:33. I think 17:20, 17:25 is well within our grasp today. Looking very strong indeed. Pleased to see Lucy Hunter going well.
She's really been swimming really well. She also was a member of the Junior Academy, I remember, as indeed was Evie.
Yeah.
Evie winning West District Trophy for the most promising junior last year.
I don't think she'll finish second. She's second at the moment, but as I say, she'll be steady. Be very steady throughout. She's one that's just been doing this.
Amber Hinton's up into 3rd place now, isn't she? So Amber's maybe been swimming this just a little bit longer than Lucy Hunter, but
and it's good to see Lucy taking this on at this sort of level. And it'd be nice if she can get rewarded with a medal of some kind.
So what's Lucy? 16. So she's looking for the 16-year-old medalist there. So Evie Mack is in that age group. Amber, of course, is in the 15-year-old.
Yeah.
So she's fighting for medals in that age category. And at the moment, I would expect she would take gold, but again, not over until it's over, is it, Robert?
It is not. But 2 national age group champions, now 1 and 2 from last year, the 15-year-old and the 14-year-old category, now swimming in the 16 and 15-year-old category. Our first and second, Lucy Hunter, the summer meet champion and bronze medalist in this last year. Going to go one better, get silver behind Evie. Because this is heat declared, points will be awarded to the respective teams taking part. The way it works is if you have a final or well, in this case, this is heat declared. There are points awarded to the top 10 swimmers. If there are only 6 taking part, it's only points awarded to those 6 teams. No further additional points are added. 1 point for 10th place, 2 for 9th, so on. Then instead of the 3rd place swimmer getting 8 points, it's 9 points for 3rd, it's 11 for 2nd, and 13 for 1st. So you get a few extra points if you're in the top 3. 13, 11, 9, then it's 7, 6, 5, all the way down to 1.
That makes sense, but so at the moment, South Lanarkshire are looking to pick up some pretty good points here.
But you can only score once. So,
right.
A swimmer like Angus Woods, for example, who swam in 3 events, and potentially, if Angus has 3 finals, it's the best of those finals. So, if you happen to get a first in 2 of them, well, you've automatically got 13 points. You can't get 26. It's only 13.
Only 13. Right. Okay.
But it gives you the opportunity, if you finish 4th in one and 7th in another, and you've got a 3rd swim, if you can better your 4th and you get a 3rd, that's 11. That's 9 points rather than 7. So that's the way it works.
Okay.
And there are, as I say, there are 17 events throughout the day, throughout the 5 days, 3 in each of the smaller or the shorter distances that are taking place. The form strokes, butterfly, breast, and backstroke, 50, 100, and 200. So those 3 events, that's 9. You then have the freestyle, 50, 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1500. So there's 6 events in those. And then you've got a 200 and a 400 IM making up the other 2 events. Most swimmers will probably do, if they've qualified for more than 10, some of them are very talented and can qualify for potentially all 17. They will probably elect to do 2 a day. They might do a 3rd one just for fun.
Okay.
And if they qualify for all 3, they may elect not to swim the 3. They may elect just to swim 2 out of the 3.
What about the relays, Robert? Do you get points for the relays?
There's points for relays. It's double points.
Double points for relays, right. Okay, so
for the and relays are split into, I think it's 11 to 13, 14 to 16, but there are no points for the senior relays. They get medals, but there are no points awarded for 17 and 18-year-olds.
Oh, okay.
And I can only imagine the reason being that it's harder for some of the smaller clubs to put relay teams together at an older age group, because we do find by the time swimmers get to sort of 15, 16, we have a big dropout.
Yes. I've heard that spoken about before, that it can be challenging, and sometimes you see sort of composite relay teams, not at this level. But and when I say composite, I don't mean the likes of the teams you've spoken about before, South Lanarkshire, that are a recognised composite team, and East Lothian. I just mean that I think we've seen it at open water as well, haven't we, Robert?
Yeah.
That to allow the swimmers to experience a relay, it's a permitted that 3 or 4 clubs can get together and put that, but it's very difficult when you're the smaller group, and I'm guessing that not awarding points at the 17 and 18 relay stage also allows some of the smaller clubs to be a little bit more on an even keel, potentially, with some of our bigger clubs. And so for the final points at the end of these 5 days.
Certainly a team like Dumfries, who are in the top 10, may well struggle to have more and more swimmers at the 17-18 category to put in a relay team. They'll be okay at the younger age groups. Same with maybe Geary, possibly Perth City and Stirling are some of our smaller clubs who do really, really well. Aberdeen Dolphins, another one. So, it's probably the reason why they do that.
I suppose the thing is clubs I think are beginning to get a little bit better at retaining the 17 and 18, but by that stage, if they're not competing at maybe districts levels and national levels, they're competing as masters. But are they willing? Are they able at that age? Because we're of course coming up into exam season, aren't we?
Yep.
I think certainly in Western Berkshire where I am. The guys are going to go back for 3 days after Easter Monday, and then that's it. We're into exam leave, and for many of them at 17 and 18, that's an all-important time for universities, further education, etc. So travelling up to Aberdeen for a relay may well not be on their agenda, understandably. So we go back to the pool, and it will be no surprise to see that the South Lanarkshire swimmer is Evie Mackey. Continues to lead here, 1,100 metres completed in a 12:43. Amber Hinton will turn second at the 1,100 metres with Lucy Hunter in third.
A bit further down the field, the 18 or the 17, 18-year-olds, Caris Mooney in lane 6. She at the moment is in probably gold medal position in that older age group. She's 4th. Rosie Foster in lane 1 is 6th at the moment, but 2nd in that 17-18. And Tegan Black is in 7th. And at the moment, it's that little bit slower than Rosie, and there is a possibility that unless she can pick things up, she might not manage to get a faster time than Alice Cumming.
Ah, right. So Alice will be watching this, won't she?
Watching this.
Her coaches will be watching, and
there's a possibility Tegan might just miss out on a bronze here. Rosie Foster looking at the moment as though she's probably going to get 2nd in the silver. Caris Mooney at the moment in gold medal position in the older category. This is all about Evie Mackey.
It is. She's got less than 300 metres to go now, as has Amber.
Amber's going well, but 12 seconds further back.
Lucy's just turned there. It's in 3rd place.
Caris finished 4th last year in this as a sort of 17, 18-year-old. So this year swimming as an 18-year-old, she's maybe got the benefit that some swimmers may have elected not to do this. People like Phoebe Arbuckle, who you would have expected would have been a very strong fancy to take this one. Phoebe's maybe, for certain reasons, the club have maybe decided, right, Phoebe, you're maybe going to swim this at British Championships or something. Let's have a look at some other events. That then opens up opportunities for some of the other swimmers.
British Championships start shortly, don't they, Robert?
Yeah, just over a week from now. Caris Mooney in 5th now. Evie Mackey, Amber Hinton. And Lucy Hunter's having a very solid swim. Jackie in 3rd place.
She certainly is, isn't she?
Alice Harper also going pretty well.
But not the 1500 that Lucy did a couple of weeks ago at West Districts, having rested in the morning and did a really solid performance at that the 1500 metres.
Yeah, I think she took most of the morning off to come and do that in the afternoon. So yeah, but Alice Harper's going very nicely. The 15-year-old. She looks good for 2nd and a silver medal in that 15-year-old age group, as Evie Mackey will come down with the bell to look forward to. I did see something like 1720 was well within her remit.
Have you revised that?
No, I've not revised that.
No,
1720, 1725 was what I mentioned right in the early stages, and I think she's capable of getting in that range. It won't be at the bottom end, but hopefully it's maybe a 23 or 24.
So we can now see the effect of the bell, Robert, can't we? With those legs really beginning to kick in now for our leader, Evie Mackey and Amber Hinton. Lucy Hunter's heard the bell. Watch the legs begin to pick up pace now for these girls. Evie Mackey turns there. She's had this right from the very beginning. Very solid swim from Evie. It is all about the time she can post now for her. Certainly our gold medal winner. We're just watching her coming in now. It's got about 10 metres still to go. And Amber Hinton really flying down this last. She'll be looking to get the best time she can, and then she'll be in the medals as Evie Mackey finishes there in a 17:24.10. The Dumfries swimmer just coming in now, finishing in a 17:33.34.
Well, that's our 2 gold medalists. In
that is indeed, yep.
Silver medal for Lucy Hunter now.
Yeah, Lucy's finished in just enough. 5 metres to go, less than that now, and there we go for Lucy, a 17:50. Entered in a 17:55, so she'll be well happy with that. All top 3 girls all finishing well within their entry times. So good morning for them. Alice Harper finishes in 4th place. Entered on an 18:18 and some 18 seconds faster than that with Karis Mooney in behind her. So Alice Harper looks good for a medal in the 15-year-old category, Robert.
She'll be a silver medalist, I'm pretty sure of that. Well, the other places...
that's the 1,500 metres concluded. So we are moving on to relays, and we'll give you the results of the 1,500 metres shortly. Just have to wait for our screen to confirm those.
Right, Rosie Tegan Black, 18:19, misses out. I'm pretty sure Alice Cumming just ahead of her on 18:17. We'll get that confirmed fairly soon. That was a pretty impressive swim. So there will be presentations. So it's medals will be coming up very shortly on that one. Amber Hinton in the 15s with Alice Harper silver, and City Glasgow, Dumfries, City Glasgow, and Carnegie's Freya Keeling the bronze for our 16-year-olds. Evie Mackey is gold, Lucy Hunter silver, both South Lanarkshire from University of Aberdeen performance. In our 17, 18-year-old age group, Karis Mooney, City Glasgow, is the gold medalist. Rosie Foster, Wanderbaths Club, is silver, and Alice Cumming, second heat, as the winner. That time for her gives her bronze, just about 2 seconds faster than Tegan Black, who just misses out.
It looks like to me, Robert, that medals will be presented by Derek McGowan, current SASA president, I think. I can see him down on poolside, possibly.
Yeah, just outside your camera shot on the left-hand side.
It is, yes.
He'll be with you very shortly. Quite ironic that he's part of the South Lanarkshire coaching team.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it, to be able to, Derek's with East Kilbride swim team.
Yeah.
Former West District president and now current SASA president. First SASA president, I think, to sit for 2 years, rather than the traditional one. You can see him just walking across the front of the screen there, ready to award the medals. So we'll start with the 15-year-olds.
We should do all bronze medalists.
All bronze medals,
all bronze,
right.
I think will come on first, Jackie. I'll let you do the honours for that one, but it's nice to see some of these girls getting on a podium for a 1,500.
It is indeed. There's University of Aberdeen, some of the swimmers there with drums just to make the noise. Medals are all ready to go. They're just waiting for the swimmers. Some of them are getting themselves organised over on the far side there. So once these medal presentations are completed, we'll move on to the relays, and we'll start with the 14 to 16-year-old 4x200 metre freestyle relays.
Yeah, that's always good fun to finish with.
It is. I suspect that's why the drums are coming into play with some of the swimmers over there. That it's always a noisy finish, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah. Indeed. So we'll try and keep you up to date with who's in the water as and when, but moves fast and sometimes, so it can be challenging, but we'll do our best, won't we, Robert?
We will indeed. See, this is the angle you see is where we are. We're right down at that bottom far corner on the right-hand side of your camera shot.
Not being picked up by waving there at all.
We'll just keep sitting, but that's where we're positioned, just slightly to the right of the finish. So we've got a pretty good bird's eye view of all the action.
Yeah, some pretty urgent hairbrushing there, Robert,
yeah,
for the photographs.
Yeah, look good. Look good for mum and dad.
Of course, the Scottish Swimming will have all these photographs of the medalists posted as well.
Alice there.
There we are.
Some of them will be quite surprised to be on the podium. They probably came up here thinking, right, okay, have a good swim and get a PB, that'd be great. But get a PB and you go home with a medal. Brilliant.
Oh, what a fantastic. So here we go, just about to get started now. So bronze medalists, 15-year-olds Freya Keeling, Carnegie. 16-year-olds in University of Aberdeen Performance, Emmy Aitken. 17 and 18-year-olds in bronze medal. It goes to the City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming.
Silver medalist, 15-year-old age group from City of Glasgow, Alice Harper.
Silver medalist, 15-year-old Alice Harper from City of Glasgow. 16-year-olds Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire. 17 and 18, Rosie Forster, Warrinder Baths. Yeah, gold medalists, 15-year-old age group champion goes from Dumfries, Amber Hinton. 16-year-olds representing South Lanarkshire, Evie Mackey. And in the 17 and 18-year-old representing City of Glasgow, Caris Mooney. So that's your medalists for the 1500 metre. Congratulations to all of the girls there. Brilliant performances. We saw some fantastic drops in finish times compared to entry times for all of our swimmers here this morning. And as Robert's just said, I'm sure some of those girls may have been a little bit surprised to find themselves up on the medal podium, but what a surprise.
Yeah, lovely to see that. And Evie Mackey's a bit of a growth spurt, Jackie. She's a bit taller than she was last year.
I think they do, Robert, at that age, don't they?
They do. They do.
You know, middle teens. So thank you to Derek McGowan for presenting the models there. So we're moving over now to the relays, 4x200 metre freestyle relay, as I said, event 108. This is for the 14 to 16-year-olds. We have 2 heats going in heat 1. Lane 1, Glenrothes. 2, Highland. 3, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Geary. 5, Ren 96. 6, Dumfries. And 7, Inverclyde. So in the first heat, as I said, lane 1, Glenrothes, we have Alex Holmes. Highland is Nebby Senkula. University of Aberdeen Performance, Joss Nichol. Geary is Austin McPherson. Ren 96 is Jack Bukowski. Dumfries is represented by Finlay Hiddleston. And Inverclyde, Dean Binney.
A couple of teams of B teams, Jackie. So
I know I failed to mention that there when I was announcing that.
Inverclyde in 7 a B team and Aberdeen Performance in 3 B teams.
B teams, yes. So we'll see their A teams swimming in the next heat.
If they're good enough and they get on the podium, it still counts. The only difference being that if you do happen to finish in the top 10, I'm pretty sure that your B team doesn't score any points. It's only your A team. But you can still get a medal.
Coming in out and for the takeover, Glenrothes.
No, Jackie, it's a 200. It's an easy mistake to make. I've done it regularly myself.
It's a 200, yes, okay. Yeah. I was getting terribly excited there,
Robert.
Robert. Glenrothes, Highland, Dumfries, the top 3 there at the halfway mark of this first 200 metre for the boys. So Glenrothes, Highland. Moving in, turning first there at the final turn. It's out Geary, and it's Austin McPherson leading there for his team Geary. Glenrothes in second, Alex Holmes, and
number 2, Alex Holmes, pushing
Geary, Austin McPherson. He's going to bring team in, and he's going to hand over to his teammate Adam Gibson. In lane 0, Alex Holmes hands over to Lucien Burrell. And in third, we have Highland as Nebi Sengula hands over to Edward Mills. So that's our top 3. Battle for 4th place at the moment over there in lanes 5. Ren 96, Dom Gribben is in for them. And Dumfries, Yassin Hatab for them. Yassin just has the advantage for 4th place. As we said, it is 200 metres for each of these boys. So very clear lead for Geary, Adam Gibson. 14 years of age for Adam. Team entered on an 8:45. Second place, Highland moving now up into second with Edward Mills swimming for them. As Yassin Hatab has moved Dumfries up into 3rd place. All changed. Ren 96 in 4th, Glen Rothis in 5th. In for Ren 96 is Don Gribben, Lucien Burrell from Glen Rothis. And we're beginning to really hear the noise now from the clubs as they root for their teammates.
Yeah, Dumfries are coming through to try and get in the mix, Jackie. Could be an interesting second half. Geary are going well.
Got Nathan Zarel going in for them after Yassin. Battler as well, but the Dumfries are closing in on Geary now. Look at that gap. Closing. 3rd place now. I think belongs to University of Aberdeen. Was it? Ren 96, I beg your pardon. In lane 5. So, still Geary. Fergus Reid will take over from Adam Gibson. Dumfries in 2nd. Yassin Hatab will hand over to Nathan Zarel. 3rd place, Highland. Fraser Vass goes in for them. Ren 96's Cooper Sloss now in the water for that team. So that's your top 4 at the halfway mark. And they are all closing up for the 2nd and 3rd places, hunting down Geary.
Red are flying, Jackie.
They are indeed, aren't they? They've got themselves right up alongside and possibly into 2nd place now, I think. Just in behind Dumfries there. Look at that. 4:48.09 against the 4:48.20 at the turn. But Ren 96 up into 3rd place, up alongside Dumfries. Geary still have the advantage. Ren 96 now have the advantage for 2nd place. So Ren 96 moving nicely. Cooper Sloss firmly up into 2nd, ahead of Nathan Zarel of Dumfries. Geary holding this with Fergus Reid in the water for them, but he's being hunted down by Ren 96's Cooper Sloss. Dumfries just falling back a little bit at the moment as Ren 96, half a body length between them and Geary, our leaders, as the boys in the water go down to their final turn. So can Geary hold this? Ren 96 coming up alongside. Geary turn. 5:54, 5:55.07 for Ren 96. Really pressuring Geary now. Dumfries still in the mix. Coming back at Ren 96, but look at that. Look at what Ren 96 have done. Really motoring now. Ren 96, Geary. Ren 96 have the advantage. Ren 96, Cooper Sloss will hand over to Ryan Krabby. Geary's Fergus Reid will hand over to Max Kelly, and his Ren 96 has this slight advantage there. 15/100ths of a second between splitting them and Geary. Dumfries right in behind, but they've got some ground to make up now to be able to catch our leaders. Ren 96 has half a body length advantage. This is some cracking first heat, Robert, here, isn't it? All changed.
It really is.
So Ren 96.
Don't discount Dumfries though, Jackie.
I'm not discounting anybody in the top three at the moment, Robert. 6:57, 6:58, oh, look at the gap between Geary and Dumfries now. Dumfries have really closed that. They now have the advantage over Geary. Geary just dropping back off the pace. We've got Ren 96, Dumfries. Dumfries now has the advantage. Dumfries is Ali Hattab. Look at them motoring now through the water. And he's going to take Dumfries into the... He's got the advantage firmly. He's got a body length advantage ahead of Ren 96. Ren 96, Max Kelly. What can he do to respond? As Geary's Max Kelly. Beg your pardon. Ryan Crabb needs to hold off Geary. But look at Dumfries moving away from Ren 96 and Geary as Ali Hattab takes them into the final turn. Don't think they're going to be able to be caught, but Ren 96 are coming under pressure from Geary now. Ren 96 turning second there, 8:09, 8:10 for Geary. But look at that advantage that Dumfries have, some 7 seconds ahead, as Ali Hattab is going to bring the team home. He's going to bring them in first place. He's really taken this and done the job for Dumfries. But Ren 96 holding on for second place. Ryan Crabb he's holding Geary, and he's going to bring the team into second. That's finishes Dumfries there in an 8:35.43. Ren 96 in second, 8:45.42, and Geary coming in third in an 8:47.25. Well, if that sets us up for the second heat, Robert, I'm not sure I can contain my excitement, but it's as we said, relays are great fun. They're absolutely amazing, and we saw some fantastic performances there by the swimmers as the placings all changed about throughout the course of that.
Yeah, Dumfries went out with probably maybe it was their slowest swimmer to begin with, to give them a solid start, and then just walked their way through fourth, then third and second, and totally dominated that last 200. So 8:35.43, most of these teams are all faster. Should see a cracker. East Lothian in 0, Inverclyde in 1, South Lanarkshire 2, South Ayrshire 3, Warner Bass Club in 4, Stirling Swimming in 5, City Glasgow 6, University of Aberdeen Performance 7, Carnegie in 8, and Warner Bass B team go in 9. So extremely strong start. City Glasgow, no surprise to see Nikolai Sisnet totally dominating at this early stage. I can see them probably leading after the first 100. Inverclyde going nicely. Blake Herman in lane 1. Stirling Swimming. Lachlan Small. Do expect Stirling to be there or thereabouts. And you can never discount Warner Bass in lane 4. At the moment, City Glasgow with the advantage. But I wonder if they've actually got enough depth to take this one. I'm not even sure they'll get a medal, although at this early stage they're looking strong. Stirling in second, Lachlan Small, Warner Bass. Aaron Drake has them third, with Blake Herman and Inverclyde in fourth. Oh, look for Lachlan Small coming through strongly in the second part of the race to get Stirling as far away from everybody else as possible. Lachlan Small, about a body length to make up on Nikolai Sisnet for City Glasgow. Aaron Drake for them. And Inverclyde, Blake Herdman, South Ayrshire, Jasper Broom in fifth.
Well, they're pretty well stretched out at this early stage, but it's all a question of getting the right swimmers in the right part for your team. And at the moment, City Glasgow, Stirling, Warrender. That's the 1-2-3 after 100. Nikolai passes over to Cole Murphy. Stirling, Storm Hudson Young, Warrender, Dylan Mitchell, Inverclyde, Calvin Maher. And in 5th place, Kyle Harper for South Ayrshire. So City Glasgow at the moment, still with 2 or 3 metres advantage over Stirling and Warrender. Cole Murphy, Fraser van der Molen, Dylan Mitchell. That's the 1-2-3 for Stirling, for City Glasgow, Stirling and Warrender. At the moment, City Glasgow are looking very strong indeed. Warrender now gone second, ahead of Stirling in third. Rest at the moment have lots to do to get back into medal condition and medal contention. That's Inverclyde, South Ayrshire, South Lanarkshire and University of Aberdeen Performance. It's still the advantage by 3 seconds or so. Warrender looking strong in second place, Stirling in third and dropping back a bit. It's still City Glasgow. Have they got enough in hand for the 2 other guys to at least get them something out of this after a strong start? Warrender looking threatening now. It's down to a second and a half. City Glasgow, Warrender, Stirling, Aberdeen Performance, South Ayrshire and South Lanarkshire. It's all tightening up for the minor places, but here comes the Warrender Bass team. Dylan Mitchell coming through extremely strongly. Useful breaststroker, but an even strong in freestyle as well. It's advantage Warrender as City Glasgow just drop out of the lead. Aberdeen Performance now gone third. Warrender pass on to Rory Vick. City Glasgow, Kel Mossman rather. University of Aberdeen have gone third. Struan Payton. So that's the 1-2-3 at the moment. Warrender looking pretty impressive now. Stirling a long way back now. They've got a lot to make up. So it's all beginning to get very interesting for second, third, fourth, and potentially fifth. At the moment, it's City Glasgow, Stirling well out at the moment. It's very much University of Aberdeen Performance with South Ayrshire for third and fourth. Warrender have gone well clear. City Glasgow looking good at the moment is second. Those 2 well clear of Sam Curry in third for the South Ayrshire team. South Lanarkshire, Finlay Bennett trying to get in the mix for South Lanarkshire. Third is really hottening up at the moment. Gold medal looks to be for Warrender to lose here. They're well clear of City Glasgow, who at the moment look good for silver, unless anything behind them changes. It's Warrender looking totally dominant, Jackie. Can't see past them now. Warrender have got this one pretty well nailed on. Rory Vick has had a very solid swim for them. City Glasgow at the moment hanging on for second place. They'll look to cement that second as the rest are coming back at City Glasgow. Warrender have Lewis Maxwell Powells going in for them. It's tightening up for second, third and fourth. City Glasgow, Andrew Pearson for them. South Ayrshire, Hamish Maxwell. Cameron O'Donnell for South Lanarkshire. University of Aberdeen Performance got out of it with Matthew Plytek. Ethan Collins a long way back for Stirling, but Warrender have just got to keep it together here. 6:38. And they're well clear with 150 to go. It's still City Glasgow, South Ayrshire, South Lanarkshire, University of Aberdeen Performance. Second and third, very much still up for grabs. Warrender have got this one, but it's all about who's going to get second and third. At the moment, it's City of Glasgow, just ahead of South Ayrshire. But the Warrender team have got this one in the bag with 100 to go. City of Glasgow still hanging on for second. South Ayrshire in third. At the moment, that's where the silver and bronze are. City of Glasgow with South Ayrshire, South Lanarkshire and University of Aberdeen Performance. Second and third still up for grabs, but Warrender have got this one well clear. City of Glasgow at the moment is silver medal position. But it's City of Glasgow still hanging on for second. Warrender in second, in first. City of Glasgow look good for second now. Unless anybody can pull something special out down the final 50. Warrender Bass have got this one well nailed up. City of Glasgow are going to get second. Unless South Lanarkshire can find something strong, South Ayrshire can find something at the end. Now this is Warrender Bass, Andrew Patterson, bring them home very comfortably indeed. 8:11.90. City of Glasgow, Andrew has got to get second, and South Lanarkshire get third. Just ahead of South Ayrshire. What a finish for that bronze medal. City of Glasgow getting second. Oh, they did actually manage to get a medal, Jackie. I wondered whether that strong start, whether they managed to keep it going, but Nikolai Sisnet got a great lead for them, and they managed to hang on, get second. South Lanarkshire, Cameron O'Donnell flying at the death at 30.79, just sneaks in by about half a second.
It was a great battle there for third place, wasn't it, for the bronze medal
contest,
there?
yeah.
Yes, And City of Glasgow responded well. I think at one stage they certainly looked under pressure from South Ayrshire and South Lanarkshire.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Patterson just kicked in and brought his team home into second place.
Yeah, well done to City of Glasgow.
But as you said, very impressive swim from Warrender Baths.
Yeah, well,
there we go.
10 seconds ahead. It's just shows what Warrender have got at that older age group compared to some of the other teams. Well done to them. So that confirmed. And we'll get those presentations after we finish off with the 17 and overs, Jackie.
17 and overs, yes.
8 in this one.
8
Medals
teams.
up for grabs, but no points.
No points, that's right. Lovely to see 7 A teams swimming here in this category. So in lane 1 will swim Carnegie, 2 is Geary, 3 Stirling Swimming, 4 University of Stirling, 5 University of Aberdeen Performance, 6 Warrender Baths, 7 East Lothian, and 8 Highland. So swimming for Carnegie in lane 1 is Taylor Hutton, James Bodie of Geary swimming lane 2, Guiliani Lastroni for Stirling Swimming. University of Stirling A team is Arvin Shahal. University of Aberdeen Performance, Kieran Lennox. Warrender Baths, Harry Sharp. East Lothian, Ross Anderton. And Highland Swim team sees Aidan Williamson.
This is actually, Jack, is the only event, the relays, where swimmers over 18 can take part, and this is because it falls in the window for qualification times for British.
Right. That's why we're seeing the University of Stirling swimming here, isn't it? Yeah, looking for that qualification time.
Yeah.
And as you can see, lane 4's University of Stirling, Arvin Shahal leading the field here. So his team leading ahead of Geary and University of Aberdeen Performance. East Lothian right in behind, however. So we saw very exciting relays just a few moments ago with teams leading, then being overtaken, finishing lower down in the medals, but looking pretty strong at the moment is the University of Stirling, I think, Robert, here.
Yeah, we might not see that for the first and second. Maybe we will for bronze medal if we're lucky.
Yeah, so Geary in behind University of Stirling. Swimming there for Geary is James Bodie. And we'll be coming up to the first chain handover. So swimming for University of Stirling will be going into the water for University of Stirling, rather, will be Henry Baker. For Geary, it will be Oscar Churnside. There he goes. And third place is East Lothian. So we will have Alex Taylor swimming for them. Carnegie has Calder Murphy. Geary has Oscar Churnside, as I said. Stirling swimming, Magnus Morris. University of Aberdeen Performance, we see Fraser Tetlow, Warrender Baths, Mano Drysdale. Spoken about East Lothian, and Highland sees Tom Armitage. So University of Stirling, I think, will dominate this one, and it's all going to be about the placings in behind the University of Stirling team. As Robert's just said, it's one of the only events where you can see swimmers over the age of 18 perform. And certainly the guys in the water for the University of Stirling are all in their 20s. So Henry Baker, 2:47 there for him. Geary's turning 2:55, so we've got just under an 8-second gap between first and second place. So third place in lane 5, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 6, Warrender Baths. Almost swimming stroke for stroke over in lanes 5 and 6, though. I think Warrender Baths may well just have the advantage, but also swimming well in lane 3. Stirling swimming with Magnus Morris. So going into the final turn for these swimmers in the water, University of Stirling, Geary. And third place lies with lane 6, Warrender Baths, their A team.
Coming through quite strongly, Jackie in third place now, Warrender.
They are indeed, yes. They're certainly going to put Geary under pressure, I think. I'm not sure anybody's going to catch the University of Stirling, but... So in the water now for the University of Stirling, we see Andrew Bertoli. For Geary, we see Innes Gow. For Warrender, we see Ishmael Shalaby. So we've got Lachlan Bremner for Highland, Ethan Mulligan for East Lothian, Cameron Hastings for the University of Aberdeen, Greer van der Meulen for Stirling Swimming, and Lewis Muir for Carnegie. These teams sitting outside the top 3. Geary are really beginning to come under pressure now. Setting up alongside, we've got Warrender Baths over there in lane 6. In lane 3, Stirling Swimming's Greer van der Meulen coming up alongside. Geary, the advantage for second place possibly just lies with Warrender Baths. Or will Geary hang on to that as they go into the turn? And it is Geary in second, ahead of Warrender Baths. And Stirling Swimming, that's your top 4. So the battle is all about second and third place here. As University of Stirling, Andrew Bertoli turns up at the far end of the pool there from where I am. It is second and third place here, Robert, isn't it?
It's very tight, yeah.
It's very tight between the 3 teams, Geary, Stirling Swimming and Warrender Baths.
I kind of think Geary will drop out here.
Warrender, I say, Geary, I think, just was sat in behind Warrender and Stirling Swimming there, maybe just into 4th place there at that far turn. So into the water for University of Stirling. The final swimmer, Pierce Greening. He'll bring the team home, I think, in gold medal position. There's no doubt about that. But what's going to happen in and behind him? So for Warrender Baths, we will see Callum Sinclair. For Stirling Swimming, we will see Logan van der Meulen. Stirling Swimming up into second place now, ahead of Warrender Baths. Geary just falling behind there, but in for Geary is Jamie Hay. Nathan Wilson goes for Carnegie Swimming. Callum Aitchison goes for University Aberdeen Performance. Callum Sinclair for Warren de Baths. Panagiotis Angelakis for East Lothian Swim Team. And Jed Armitage for Hermitage. So Sterling Swimming up into second place ahead of Warren de Baths. What can Warren de Baths do about that? Also swimming really nicely in this final leg of this 200 metres and moving ahead up and certainly up into fourth place. We see lane 5, University of Aberdeen Performance. Callum Aitchison swimming there. They've moved ahead of Geary now, who have just fallen off of the pace in this final leg. Pierce Greenan goes up into the final turn for the University of Stirling. It's Stirling Swimming's Logan van der Meulen in second. Warren de Bath with Callum Sinclair in third. Fourth, very tight, but I think University of Aberdeen Performance have that with Callum Aitchison ahead of Geary with Jamie Hay. Pierce Greenan has just about half a length to go, and University of Stirling's A team will finish in gold medal position. And it's what's happening at the far end into the final turn. Still Stirling Swimming, Logan van der Meulen leading ahead of Warren de Baths. Callum Sinclair, Pierce Greening comes in to finish for the University of Stirling, finishing there in a time of 7:38.38. Stirling Swimming will come in second. Warren de Baths will take third here. So University of Stirling gold, Stirling Swimming in silver, and Warren de Baths in bronze, subject to official confirmation, of course. Stirling Swimming finishes there. Warren de Baths in behind them, an 8:00.36 for Stirling Swimming, 8:03.29 for Warren de Baths in fourth place. We see the University of Aberdeen Performance Squad ahead of Highland, in turn ahead of Geary and East Lothian. And Carnegie will finish with Nathan Wilson. Final swim of this session 1. We will have presentations for the relay just shortly, so please bear with us while we await the confirmation of the results and the teams get themselves organised over there for the medal presentation. Medals will be presented by Derek McGowan, the SASA president.
It's everything done and dusted in the pool this morning, Jackie.
Well, we've certainly had a great start to the 5 days here in Aberdeen, haven't we, Robert? We saw a record. Dean Ferns, the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer. This senior record there. It was fantastic to see, and we're looking forward to the final that's set up with Dean featuring. So, bronze medal goes to South Lanarkshire team, Lewis Nelson, Kyle Connolly, Finlay Bennett and Cameron O'Donnell. The 14-16 4x200 metre freestyle. Silver medal goes to City of Glasgow A team, Nikolai Sisnett, Cole Murphy, Kyle Mossman and Andrew Patterson. And gold medal goes to Warren de Baths A team. Wait for the camera to catch up with us here. So gold medal, Warren de Baths, and champions here, Aaron Drake, Dylan Mitchell, Rory Vick and Lewis Maxwell Pauls.
Possibly for the guys from South Lanarkshire, one or two of them in that relay team, might be the opportunity that they actually go home with a medal, Jackie, because as part of a team you get the chance to compete. There will be opportunities in individual events, but it's nice on your first day to already have a medal in your pocket.
It is indeed, isn't it? Yeah, lovely to be going into the finish of session 1 with medals around your neck. And it was certainly a great final there to watch. So Boys just getting their photographs taken over there on the far side. As I said earlier, Scottish Swimming will post all these, as I'm sure their clubs are looking to gain pictures as well to post on their club social media sites. And we move on to the presentation for the male and open 17 and over 4x200 meter freestyle relay. So welcome these swimmers onto the podium. There they go. The University of Stirling dominated that, but bronze medalist goes to Warren de Bath, represented by Harry Sharp, Manu Drysdale, Ishmael Shalaby and Callum Sinclair. These boys will be back for the finals this evening, but lovely to get medals at the end of your first session here. So silver medal goes to Stirling Swimming A team, represented by Giuliano Lastroni, Magnus Morris, Greer van der Meulen and Logan van der Meulen.
If Fraser can get into that senior team next year, we have 3 van der Meulen swimming for them.
Indeed, yes. Yeah. We'll see Fraser as take it this afternoon, certainly over in the juniors. So, gold medal goes to University of Stirling A team, represented by Arvin Chahal, Henry Baker, Andrew Bertoli and Piers Greening. Gold medalists for the 4x200 meter freestyle relay. So congratulations to all of our teams. Lovely to see medals being presented. Congratulations also to the medalists of the 1500 meter female freestyle event. There'll be lots more medal presentations this evening, Robert, when we're back here for the finals. But that concludes our session 1, I think, doesn't it?
Session 1 is done and dusted. Thank you very much for joining Jackie and myself, Robert Taylor. As you can see, we're back here. Coverage starts at 13:35. Swimming gets underway at 13:45. So from Aberdeen Sports Village, thanks for being with us, and we hope to see you in just over an hour.